Here we go. Anyone see me? Anyone hear me? It should be going now. It doesn't look like there's that much of a delay now. I'm connected to everything. It's hardwired for both. So it should be normal now. It looks like I'm moving and the players are moving. So we're probably just going to, it's not too much of a delay now. I don't know if anyone can hear me, if anyone's here, if anyone's watching. But it's looking good on my end at least. So we're gonna try it. Sorry for anyone who is watching now. Terrible technical difficulty. I don't know what's going on here. So it looks normal now. It looks like how it's looked before. So we're going to jump into this one. Looks good to me. If anyone's here, if I didn't scare anyone away, that'd be great. So let's go. It's William Manning for us. It's 4-seam curveball, changeup, cutter, and a 2-seam. It looks good on Twitch too. Cool. And we're going. Notifications are out now. So let's try to go. All right. Yeah, William Manning, like I said, 4-seam curveball, changeup, cutter, and a 2-seam against Adam Jackson. He is 2-seam curveball, 4-seam cutter, and circle change. I don't hit lefties well, so we'll see how this goes. I'm not going to do much with the lineup here. I do want to get Carlos Ortiz in instead of Chad Wood. You guys know that I like him. And then let's bump Schwabenland down. Whoever's in the chat, let me know if you can hear me fine. I was having some technical difficulties before. I believe it's good now. So let me know what you think. We're about to start this one in Houston against the Astros. And again, it looks good on my end. I was having some issues before, but it looks good now. So we're going to jump into it. I want Mejia. Yeah, I want Mejia to DH. I'll have him bat ninth. He's got that big power bat against lefties. Leaving the bench as is. And we're going to do on Ortiz before Ortiz, though. Marco before Carlos, of course. And we'll go. Again, doesn't look like there's too much of a delay. I don't know really what the issue was. I didn't change the setup that much between streams. And it looks like it's good now. Need to thank Cardinal Nation 7 for the follow. You're the most recent follower. He followed when I wasn't streaming. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. And it looks good. Honestly, it looks good now. So we're trying it. Playing in Houston against the Astros.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of baseball on the show. A good matchup here for you tonight between the Spiders and
welcome
the
anyone
Houston
who's here.
Astros.
Thank you for your support. Got this one in Houston. Bacon's fictional franchise. I am the Cleveland Spiders and the Atlanta Kings. This one is a Cleveland Spiders game. We are approaching the trade deadline. So I need to start thinking about what moves I will make. I was doing some pre-trade deadline scouting off stream, and I'll do some more of that on stream possibly after this game, and might even have like some sort of a special where we just talk about trades. Once I get to that point in the stream schedule, which is still a little bit far off.
He's been a little bit inconsistent. He's a better pitcher than that.
So welcome anyone who's here. Welcome. Thank you for your support. We are rolling. I should get to affiliate once Twitch updates. I believe it's like midnight. Was it midnight central? I don't remember exactly when their days end, but it should be tonight. So tomorrow I'll do a stream in celebration to get into affiliate, and I'll post the roster that I'm using at that time. If you are here, say hi in the chat.
Looking to step on this team stroke and take the first 2 games of this series.
And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1.
Let me know if there's any issues on your end. It looks good to me right now, so again, let me know if you can see me, if you can't too.
High in the air out to center field. Stevenson is there, and he has it for the first out.
Batting second,
And now we'll look at the starting lineup for the visitors in this one. What's this club going to need to
Cool.
focus on
Appreciate
this
it,
evening,
Cole.
Mark?
Yeah, thank you for being
Matt,
here.
going into
It
this,
is
looking at
definitely
both
better now. I
lineups,
can
they're all
see
hot
myself.
right now, and they can both
Day's going
swing the
well.
bats. We
It is
probably got
early
a
for me. It's
slugfest on our
4:30.
hands.
I'm
What
usually up
pitcher's going to
pretty
make
late,
the big pitch?
but
A
day's
big
been good.
spot,
How are you doing?
execute something to get his team off the field. Otherwise, probably a team with the last at bat's going to win this one.
Cole in a few steps as he takes it, 2 down.
Nothing doing there to start. I believe that's one of their prospects. That's Justin Cole in right field. So good to see the Astros moving the pipeline. They must have an injured player. It's probably Casey Canes, their normal right
Sliding into the
fielder.
box, Eric Rowe, as he'll
Because
get his first
Rowe gets well
opportunity
against
in this
lefties.
one.
Try to do something here in the free
Here's the
spot.
pitch. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1.
Yep, roster should be up tomorrow, Cole. So that's the thought. I'll do that in celebration of getting to affiliate, which I should get to today. Again, thanks for everyone's
So let's
support
take a peek at our
getting this
umpiring
far.
crew in this one. Behind the plate is
Looking
Gary
forward
Simmons.
to how it goes
Dero,
after.
Gary Simmons, he's one of those
Yeah, it's
umpires.
a big road trip to start the start our spring schedule. I believe both teams are on the road.
But he's a pretty consistent umpire.
So I don't know. It's like the first 5 games that I'm going to play for both teams are all on the road. So we'll see those home uniforms soon, but it's the road ones for now in Houston. That's just how the schedule works, of course. That has nothing to do with what I did or anything. We just started at a road
left-hander from
a road trip.
Massachusetts will be doing the starting pitching here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, one of the strengths of this guy is
I
handling
got Manning going. It's a cutter and a changeup are like the two primary pitches that I'm going to use a lot. The cutter acts a little more like a slider. If you guys were listening to my my last stream, I made a lot of pitchers who had cutters that are like sliders and sliders that are like cutters. He's one of the guys who has a cutter that looks like a slider, looks a little bit more like a slider. Use Floriball to start. Floriball's got that massive 15-year contract. A lot of people were actually curious about how I did that. So when I made Floriball and I exported him, I actually signed into a contract and franchise before exporting him. And if you do that at the right time, like after contract negotiations, after free agency, then you can it preserves the contract with whatever the length and the values were when you export them, and then you can mess with it later on. So what I did is I just changed the values. I didn't actually mess with how long it was. It still is like a 15-year contract that I pulled out of a franchise. And that's the only way to do that. You can't edit contracts for more than, I believe 10 is the maximum. And I only have a couple guys who have contracts that are more than 10 years. I have a few that are around 10. I got a bunch of guys who are over $100 million within the roster. That's just the most accurate. For the most part, those guys are like established guys. First one that comes to mind is Tyler Elliott. He's the Mariners closer. He's got a 10-year, $100 million contract right on the dot. And then, of course, I mentioned Floriball. He's got the other big one. There's a bunch of other ones that you can find. Some guys aren't even that good, and they got a big money contract, so you want to pay attention to who's getting paid what in your franchise. Some guys just aren't worth it. It might be like a salary dump kind of trade that you move forward with. And then there's a lot of guys who aren't getting paid much at all, and then the CPU values them more in trade negotiations. So it's just another layer to the roster, of course.
Again, another foul ball.
I like Manning a lot too. Actually, I had him in my Blackjacks franchise. I was the Las Vegas Blackjacks in a previous franchise. Did a fantasy draft with my roster, and he was one of the pitchers I got. Starts in the low 70s. I believe he's got a beat potential, so he should get up to 82, 83 overall. He's a decent, 3, 4, 5 guy, depending on what your team setup is. Elliott is a stud. Yeah, I made him a little frustrating to pitch with because of how long his delivery is. But he's probably got the best 4 pitches of any reliever in the entire roster. And when I say probably, I mean he actually does. He is the definition of a stud.
And you know what?
And then left-handed on top of it
there
is
because this had the look of
devastating,
being a very
especially late in
quick
the
inning.
game. You
He's
don't really
been
want
able
to
to
face a
stretch this
left-handed
at-bat out a
closer
little bit, and
necessarily.
that's something that shouldn't go
And
unnoticed.
then his contract is super affordable.
A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the
Cardinal
side.
Nation, welcome.
Astros go down
30-team
1-2-3.
control franchise or
And
one
this is
team? I'm
still
actually
a
controlling 2
nothing
teams. Is
ball
it?
game.
I have the Cleveland Spiders shown right now, and then the Atlanta Kings are my second team. I rebranded both of them, and that's it. I'm not controlling anyone else. The roster works well where
Second
you
inning
actually
set
don't
to go,
need to
and
do a
next it'll be
30-team
the
control. I know a lot of people
outfielder, Lenny
prefer
Andrews.
that for the realism if you're using an actual roster, a real-life roster. But with my rosters, I wouldn't even use 30-team control. Just let the GMs make their own decisions. And I've talked about it before. I'd like to see some sort of GM personalities, so they're not just going after the best players available. They're going after a specific player type.
Fouled off.
But that's just one of the things on my wish list. But again, yeah, for this franchise, just controlling 2 teams. That's Cleveland and Atlanta. I plan on playing 2 games today. Play as Atlanta later on after this one in Houston.
Fouled away.
Oh, let's go. Love it when they hang a curveball like that. I should get in a second here. Nope, probably not going. Houston's weird too with the outfield.
And they're going to hold him to a single here as they do.
Appreciate it, yeah. Again, like it's best for a franchise if you're only controlling your own team. You don't have to worry about anyone else, and not worried about Mike Trout signing with somebody who he shouldn't sign with. I don't know which team you want Mike Trout to play for, if it's just the Angels forever or what. But again, like any star like that, it does ruin the illusion. You're kind of handicapped by that when you're using an actual roster. If you want like that kind of transactional realism, but you don't have to worry about that at all with the fictional roster.
He extends nicely,
get this for a piece. He turned
field
around.
and deep.
Let's go! That's a backup outfielder with the home run.
Home
it's
run.
his 6th one on the season. I really didn't think I got that. He hits well against left-handers, but I still didn't think it would go out. Fantastic to take the lead here in the second. And yeah, Cole, 100%. Roster is great to let the CPU run their own franchises. I completely agree. I can't believe Ortiz was the guy who went guard here. That was surprising. That's good. I already scored more than I did in the last game.
Gave it a great effort and almost brought it back, but no dice.
Yeah, not a chance for the right fielder. He's in the first row, but he wasn't really close to it there. Here's Carlos Ortiz. Ortiz I acquired from the Cardinals.
Yes, he'll take a look at ball 1. 287 the average.
I'm actually using my own sliders, so I'll show those real quick. Actually, I didn't adjust them too much. I like to keep it between like 3 and 8 or so. So here they are, and then this is on Hall of Fame. I did up the pitch speed a little bit, I believe. So it looks a little, yeah, just a little bit. But again, these are my own sliders. I can upload these if anyone wants to, try to emulate what I'm doing here on Hall of Fame. But I kind of like my own sliders rather than going with the ones in the vault. It's just a feel thing more than anything else. So here's Ortiz. I've added the Ortizes back to back.
That's the
lineup screen. Welcome again to anyone who's watching. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here.
Base is empty here with nobody
out. Off a 2-run lead early in the second.
And it's fouled away.
And if you're not following me on Twitter, you should be. That's where I'll post about going live. That's where I'll post about rosters in the future. I post some player redos on there as well. I think that if you're interested in the roster, you should be following me on Twitter. It's just a good fit. So here's Ortiz, the 1-2 pitch. I usually contact swing on 1 and 2. Depends on the player, of course, but 1 and 2 is one of the counts where you kind of protect. Same with 0 and 2. I pretty much always swing the contact swing on 0 and 2 as well.
And guys, the
And then
things I want you
sometimes
to
I'll power
focus
swing on
on today,
3-0. It
one of
depends
them
on who's
being
at the
this
plate, what the
manager
situation is.
loves to
Power swing I use
shift.
a lot
He
less
has
than
the pitching
contact swing. I
staff
just want to
to
get the ball in
trust
play.
to be able
So
to
hopefully something
manipulate his
happens. There's so
defense
many
to
guys
try
on
and get
rosters
as
that don't
many
have great
outs
fielding,
and
don't have
play the
great
numbers
arm
as much
accuracy.
as he
So you
can.
kind of want to exploit
At
those
the plate,
ratings if you
Christopher
hit for the right guy.
Shrubberland. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Comes in with an average of 265.
Cool, I'll do that, Cardinal
15
Nation.
long
Definitely.
balls and 54
I
runs batted in.
think people seeing the sliders would help
Ready with the
for
nothing
how
and
I'm
one
playing
pitch.
as well. Yeah, that makes sense.
Pulls this one into the air out into right
And
field.
I think I upped
Cole
contact,
is
right?
there, two
I believe
down.
so. Again, I didn't mess with these sliders since I started streaming with the franchise. They've been the same consistently.
Now at the plate, Joaquin
Yeah, and then you
Marte.
can, I'll post them in the vault, make a post on OS about it, and then you guys can tell me how bad I am at
He's
the
ready.
game.
Here's the first offering. And he throws
No
the
one for
fastball
that.
by him here.
I shouldn't swing at the high ones. I didn't even like the high ones when I actually played ball.
Highly regarded
Still
catcher,
swing
and
at
it's
that one
really
if no
fun
one
to
in the
watch
zone.
him control the game behind the
Usually I don't
plate,
even
not
swing
only
at the
with
ones
his
that are at the
glove
top
work,
of the
but
zone.
with
I
the
swing at that
arm
one
as
that's
well.
over the
He's
zone.
got a cannon, and it's in the head of
He's
opposing
Marte, though.
base runners
He's a
every
93 right now. I don't know. So morale really adjusts the ratings. You guys know that if you
night.
play
Certainly a
franchise.
valuable
So
guy
I'll
to
say like
have
a
on
guy's
your
like a
shoulder.
92 or
Yeah,
a
he
95, and
certainly
then it
could
turns
have a
out like
C
his
on his
morale is
chest.
adjusted
The
how good he is
captain of the
in the
infield,
franchise.
controlling
Spot on with that one.
And the
Though,
right fielder
93.
is there to make the catch, and the
But
inning is
overall,
over.
it's kind of, I said this before, overall it's kind of one of the
Two come across to
numbers that
score
I
in the
don't
inning,
look at as
courtesy
much
of
when I'm
this two-run home
evaluating
run.
players.
We'll go to the
Got a
bottom
little
of
bit
the
more of
second. The Spiders
an
are out in
emphasis
front,
on
2-0.
individual attributes. I mostly look for vision and contact guys.
At
And
the
then it's
plate,
nice when guys have power on top of
Stevenson. We
that.
take a look there at the difference in his numbers between
Cool, thanks for
June
stopping
and
by.
July.
Yeah, have a good day.
Hey, we're still in the
And then,
early
this will go on
stages of
YouTube
this
as
one,
well. You
only
can watch
down
it the
by a
next
couple of
14
runs.
days here on
But
Twitch
it's really key
as
for
well.
this
And I'll
leadoff guy to
hopefully
try
be
to
doing
get
the
on
stream
and get
tomorrow.
a big inning started.
So thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Now the fastball is swung on
This is
and
Hack
missed.
Stevenson for the Astros. I like using the nicknames. I'm sure you guys noticed that with the players. Hack Stevenson is his name.
Fouled
Quick
off.
backstory for him. I know I'm at an 0-2 count, but he's their big phenom for the Astros coming up. I believe I made him so he was 18 years old when he got to the majors. Then he's got a massive 8-year contract that he signed in arbitration, or before arbitration, I should say. So he's an Astro for a while, and he was an Astro coming up.
Hey, the fish ain't biting there on that
Big time
0-2
power,
breaking
left-handed
ball,
bat.
but
Plays
gotta
center
be
field.
careful
You can
because
move him to
this
right
pitcher
later in
might
the
throw him
franchise,
another
but
one.
he's a good center fielder to start off at least. Then you think about that later on once you get other prospects coming up, or you draft a guy that's good.
Fouled away.
But great left-handed bat. Should be in the conversation for a home run, a single season home run championship consistently if you go deep enough in the franchise. And of course, he's good to start too. He's no slouch to begin with. He's got to be in the 80s ready to start the franchise.
And it's fouled away.
For anyone else is here, comment. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this. It's a 1-2 count. I'm going to bury a curveball here. Like that. Like the curveball down. That's probably a little too far down though. We'll see.
Is laid off for ball 2.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
And we got him. Let's go. Manning's not like a big strikeout guy, but it's so nice the power it buys us, especially that high fastball.
Was way behind him
Fun pitch
when the
to throw.
swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the
Again, we're
trigger
here
on
with the
fastball.
Cleveland Spiders playing in the second inning of this game in Houston. I got a home run from Marco Ortiz in the second inning.
As he takes a cold
That's
strike
a
at the
nice
knees,
hit
it's
right
0-1. And you see that
So Risky's a batter here. He's got one of the stances I really like in the game, and then I really adjusted it. It's Josh Hamilton, and by default he's got like his hands close to his body, and I just extended him out, so his load kind of goes out and then comes back in before he swings. Unique animation, to say the least. See that again next time he's up. And I believe he's just like a platoon guy. He's not like a big
Coming to the plate now, Miguel
bat
Marte.
against right-handed pitching. With Miguel Marte, he's one of the new players. He'll be in this roster. New player, new third baseman. Really good against left-handed pitching. Another guy who's just really good at defense as well. And then he's off to a slow start here. 290 on base is all. He's got 13 home runs. We're just past the All-Star break. Anyone who is curious about where we're at, we're almost to trade deadline even. So I got to start making decisions about the future of our organization. Yeah, Cole, that's a good comp right there. The Mark Mulder comp. Doesn't throw too hard either. You know, it's kind of maybe a little bit more like a older Mark Mulder.
Fly ball out to right field.
Wow, all right. Always try to pay attention to platoon splits for hitters. Again, that was Marte. He's much better against left-handers. Not really much against righties, but very good against lefties. Something to always pay attention to. What up, Bullet? Welcome, buddy. Glad to have you here. We're only in the second inning, so you didn't miss much. I did get a home run in the second. That was Marco Ortiz. I'm playing here with the Cleveland Spiders in Houston.
Stepping in, Freddie Zambrano.
Who's Freddie Zambrano? He's another new player. I got probably 3 or 4 new players since the last update on each team. They're not all major leaguers necessarily, but I did a lot of new guys everywhere, pretty much. Try to be as even as possible when making the new guys.
Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, lots of new guys. And then Zambrano, I believe, is a B potential. He turns into a really good bench bat if you need that. I believe he starts around 70, and then he becomes even better if you really play him and if he performs well. So he could be a really big impact guy on your franchise as well.
More on this Saturday night after this.
There we go. 3-2 with the lead. Here's Guevara Mejia. Is another new player. He's a free agent to start the franchise now. I'll show him real quick. He's a fringe Hall of Famer. Takes some time to get there. You got to, have him on your team for a couple more years, and if he, performs well in those couple years, then he usually can sneak in. But if he doesn't get drafted in a fantasy draft, or if you don't pick him up in a free agency situation, then he'll just retire after the first year, being as old as he is. But big time bat. I got a 2-0 count here, so I'm going to be power swinging. I do have him batting 9th. He's kind of an all or nothing hitter against left-handers. So that's the goal here, is the all, right? That's not a goal. The high 2 seam's been Jackson's pitch so far too. Throwing a bunch of those. Late on it.
Not close with that.
3-1 power swing again.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants
Mejia had 2 homers in his first game with us. I signed him in probably May or June. He had a couple big games with a 2-homer game to start. Try to find that one if I can see it when we get back to the schedule. But nothing here. That's all right.
Stevenson is right there, 1 down.
The batter, number 4, second baseman, Homer.
Digging in to try it again. Homer Webster.
Talking about approach again. Webster is one of the guys where I just go for contact. Not worried about going yard, just trying to get a ball in the gap for a couple bases. And of course he can steal if he just gets a single. So I'm not too worried about a power swing or even just a normal swing with Webster. I just want to put the bat on the ball and hope for the best. He's got that extreme player type. I've showed him before. Big time contact against right-handed and left-handed pitching. So you just want to get him to make contact with the ball. Here's 2-0.
Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball.
Yeah, Cole, I'm excited for the PlayStation 5 too. Do you stream at
Now
all?
the 2-1 pitch.
I'd like to see some PlayStation 5 gameplay with the roster,
Hit
actually.
toward the right
If
side.
anyone else does on
And he'll
PlayStation
take it
5,
to
let
the
me know.
bag
I'd
himself for
love
the
to see
out.
this roster in action on PlayStation 5.
The batter, the center
I'm
fielder.
waiting on it personally. It's going to be a while. I was thinking it was going to be the spring where I'd
Now
really
batting, Paul Keys.
start looking for one, but it might be even longer before I consider it, given my current job status and financial
First pitch
situation.
on
We
its
will
way.
see.
On the ground
That's
up
going to
the
be
middle.
enough. Jeez.
And that finds its
Right
way
past the
through
pitcher.
for a base hit.
Hey, D-Roll, that's just what
And of course, you'd assume that there'd be some visual bugs to start as well, being a new
Now he gives up the 2-out single.
Yeah, no
a new
chance
generation
right there.
of
You want to make this
console.
guy work. You want to try and get into their pen as
No
quick as
clean those up,
possible.
you
And
know.
if 2-out knocks are the answer, then so be it.
Fouled off. So far, 0 for
Okay,
1 with
yeah,
a
that's
fly
fair.
out.
Yeah, I didn't have great internet in my hometown, and then once I moved to Milwaukee, cleaned that up as well. That's one of the things that is the reason why I'm streaming. Definitely
High
wouldn't be
in
able
the
to do
air
this
and
if I was
deep to
still
left
in my
center
hometown.
field.
I'm not gonna get that. Okay.
Stevenson retreats to the track, and he'll put this one away. So
He
a
flashes
sigh
in
of
and out.
relief
He
as the
kind of
side
does that
is
on
retired.
PlayStation 4 too. Like it kind of like does a quick 8-bit
Now
glitch,
at the
if that
plate,
makes sense.
Rico Infante.
Especially when you're
Taking
editing,
this
guys,
one
when you
based on
change the
that
cleats to
recent
something else,
action.
it kind of just,
Obviously seeing the ball well right
I don't know
now.
if you guys know what I'm talking about. It just like glitches for a second. But yeah, we are on
Here's the
PlayStation
first
4
pitch to
now.
him.
I'll definitely tell you guys when I get a PlayStation 5, because it's going to be a bit. Infante was on the Mets in the last roster. I actually moved to the Astros just because it fit a little
This
better
is line to left and gets
there,
down,
and then I
he's
wanted to
got
get someone
himself
else.
a base hit. So
Someone
the
else in the
Astros
Mets.
put a man aboard to get the inning underway.
Boy, after that
Yeah, I
base
wouldn't
knock
be
right
too
there,
worried about
he
Bullet,
extends his
especially
hitting streak
if you don't have
to
just money to
7
actually
Yeah, you can
burn.
tell he's made some
I wouldn't even
necessary
bother for a
adjustments at
while.
the plate. Anytime you're getting a knock every
Give it
day
some
of the
time
week,
to
you're
just
doing things right.
work its
Keeping
bugs
that
out,
front
and then
shoulder tucked, staying
get it
inside the
after
ball, not trying to do
a
too
while.
much.
Infante doesn't run really. Yeah, 32. Okay.
Stepping in
He's
now,
up there,
Mac
late 30s, I
Fried.
believe.
And on the first pitch, he grounds foul.
Some sleeves
Still
too. Yeah,
plenty
I've
to be
seen that on
desired in
PlayStation
terms
4,
of
I think
batting
too.
average, down
Especially
in the
like the Nike sleeve, it's
180s
pretty
entering
obvious.
play. 13 home runs and 30 RBIs.
Gasper's sick. He could still be watching if he's sick. Come on. News for the Switch. I haven't heard anything. We haven't heard anything about MLB The Show 21 at all, actually. We don't know who the cover athlete is. We don't
Fouled
know
away.
any specific details except that it will be on PlayStation. That's really it. Again, like, I know there's people who follow that news a little more closely than me, but there really isn't any news out at all.
And the 0-2.
Got notifications on for their Twitter and for their Instagram, and I still, Cheese doesn't get to this one. Come on, buddy. Wow. But yeah, no news about Switch, no news about Xbox, no news about PC. We don't know anything for sure quite yet about MLB The Show 2021. For myself, though, I'd really like to go with PlayStation again, and then if they do a PC version, I'm getting it on PC just to mod it a bit. But I'd really like to get that extra level of depth with being able to mod the roster as well. There's just the in-game edits that we have. Yeah, I've heard that too, Cole. Yeah, if it sounds like Major League Baseball is at least going to try to start normal, so opening day would be April 1st. I would be surprised if the game's out by April 1st. And again, I don't really want to speculate more beyond that, but it's not looking good right now, especially because we knew who the cover athlete at MLB 20 was in October of 2019, and I feel like it's going to be similar to that, where it's going to be a few months in between where they announce who the cover athlete is and where the launch date is, and they're not going to do that the same way.
Now he's only 90 feet away.
Yeah, Bullet. Yeah, 20 is the best one of the show, best version of MLB The Show, I believe. I love Perfect. A lot of things just work really well. It looks great. You can get it on PlayStation 5, so if you want a PlayStation 5 and play this on PlayStation 5, you can. But if you don't see a reason to upgrade, I wouldn't bother at this rate.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Manning's getting in some trouble here.
He's
His
had some
defense
success
down.
so far, but he's going to need to continue to throw strikes early
Yeah,
on in the
again,
zone
yeah.
because the
If you
more
don't
they
see
see
a
this
reason to
guy,
upgrade, yeah,
sooner or
there's
later they're going to figure him out.
no reason to be upset with not hearing any news about 21 quite yet.
Comes set and the 0-1. Cole.
And then as sports gamers, like we're really, I don't know if it's blessed is the right word exactly, but to have like a 1 year game cycle, like really changes what can get done and the expectations of the fans. Like if you look at like Battlefront, I'll just talk about Battlefront real quick. Where they, like the first one wasn't super great. It was out for a couple years. It still is out, obviously. You can still buy it. And then they released the second one. What is it, like 3 years later? And that one's fantastic because they had so much time to upgrade it, and they've been building on that for a while. And there probably won't be a Battlefront 3 even for a couple more years because they've been focused on other projects. So again, like we're just really, again, probably blessed and cursed to have the thought and the expectation of a game every year where we don't really even need a new version of MLB The Show every year.
Into the box now. Dylan.
Like, of course, I want a new version, but we don't need a new version quite every year.
Here in this one.
That's the end of my rant, too, by the way. We'll stop talking about that now. Especially because I don't want to give up any more runs this inning.
A swing.
Yeah, okay. I want to say that.
It's up and out of here into the
Don't love that.
archway.
That's Clark. He's their big home run hitter for Houston. Could be a 40 home run guy. It depends on how quickly he starts out. But yeah, big home run bat.
They will jump ahead here. It's now 4-2.
Then he hits really well against lefties, so I probably should have put that cutter in a little bit.
Wow, the pitching staff has to love this one, right? They were down one, and with one swing of the bat, they're up two. What a turnaround in this one.
Yeah, Bullet, I agree. Yeah, I used to be really bugged by, animations and everything, but the Madden franchise has really helped me. The Madden franchise has really helped me lower my expectations for the new game, because those seem to keep getting worse, and the show's getting better, but not extremely better every version. But I don't know. You don't need the newest one, and the newest one isn't always the best one. That just happens to be the case for the show. So Manning was good through two. Good until I started really chatting. That's the problem, huh?
He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
Right on the corner, 2-2.
Count here though. Let's go with the curveball again. I did get Stevenson swinging it his first time. And that's just
3-2 now. Kalen Risky will be next.
Yeah, real close. What do I do here? Let's do a two-seam up and in.
And it's fouled away.
Yeah, Manning was crisp through two. Of course, this is a 9-inning baseball game, so that doesn't really matter too much. Running into some trouble here in the third.
And he fouls this one off.
Hey, there's no problem with giving up runs in the third inning. I got plenty of time to make that up. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, chewing gum and walking at the same time is also difficult. I have lots of difficulty multitasking, and I try to focus on one thing at a time at all times. So yeah, that's why this is so difficult. And Bullet F1 is so good too. That, like, I was a NASCAR fan growing up, and I wish that Codemasters was making the NASCAR game, because I would pour so much time into that too. So the career mode is really really deep in F1, and it's definitely worth playing. And that actually got me into the sport, so I watch some F1 now as well. But yeah, if there were better racing games in the market too, I'd be playing that. Madden really isn't something I have too much interest in anymore. I never really liked basketball, so
When he's pitching
2K or I
effectively,
don't know if
usually
Live is
that
still a thing,
two-seam
but I don't
fastball
really
is
play either
moving
of
quite a
those.
bit, but here it's just kind of
So
flat
it's really
and straight.
mainly the show
Could be a
because
big
it
part of the
hasn't like
reason why
majorly
he's getting knocked
fallen
around.
off like other games have.
1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 out, nobody on.
And let's go curveball down here. It's a 1-2 pitch to Risky.
And he'll lay off the curveball.
Nice block by Marte, though.
It's back to even now at 2-2.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
2-2. Let's go fastball up again.
Here now the 2-2.
Thanks again to anybody who's watching. Appreciate all of you. We should be getting
Swung
to
on and missed. He got him on
Affiliate
strikes.
by tomorrow, and that's a big strikeout. Yeah, the career mode in F1 is very good. I don't have the newest game. Again, that's not something I care about with the rosters or having the newest one either. I think I have 17 or 18. But that's a really good like impulse purchase that I made for it. And I like the career. I like how it's difficult to drive some cars, and then some cars have a little more power. It's pretty realistic.
Runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
And here's a fastball that's nowhere near the zone. It's 2-0 now.
Yeah, I was a big NASCAR fan growing up.
And now a called strike.
But again, yeah, video games reinforce that, and video games have kind of made it so I don't play. That's a bad call right there. Video games have made it so I pay a little less attention to NASCAR now too. I would totally be into it if there was a game on the market that I could consistently be playing as well. And yeah, my math skills are on point. So yeah, you can make fun of me, but I'm very good at math. The 2-2 pitch here.
2-2 pitch is fouled away.
Andrews had a hit with a curveball his last time up, so I was really looking for it.
Here it comes.
Actually, now he's not going to throw it. Ooh, he did throw it again. I thought that was going to be a fastball up. So it's a full count here to Andrews.
Fouled away.
I do like the scoreboard in Houston too. You can't really see it right now. Here, I'll show it real fast. So now my face is a little in the corner. Okay, but you see the lights in right field. I like how it lights up like that in Houston here. That's a nice little setup they have. I'm not sure if that's actually how it is, but that looks cool. Sorry, I get distracted by how beautiful some of the stadiums are.
He'll try it again, 3-2. And he
Nice
lays
ball
off
four.
there,
Let's
ball
go.
4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin standing.
Yeah, but I agree. Yeah, NASCAR's kind of taken it in a different direction. I'm not exactly a fan of it.
He was tempted with
I
some
can't exactly say that I like the golden years better than the 90s and the 2000s because I wasn't really paying too much attention. Born in 1996. But you know, you watch that footage and you see what it's like. And, it's definitely gone in a different direction than I expected it was.
So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So
yeah, my interest is a little less in NASCAR now than it was
in and out and try not to
10
fall right
years
down
ago.
the middle of the plate.
Now batting, shortstop, Carlos.
Shouldn't have swung at the first pitch there with Ortiz. That wasn't a great idea. Cutter's coming in. Take the first one here with Carlos. I'm just there. I'm not going to look.
Here's a cold strike about thigh high. 0-1. Now a ball lined.
Oh, come on now.
But foul. Andrews, the runner at first.
I think
With
that's
one
one
gun in the
with
inning.
Marco with these things. Ball up. 0-2 is almost always a waste pitch in the show, especially once you get to like the harder skill levels. Depends on the pitcher, of course. This one's the gap. Let's go. That could be a double. Yes, it is. I'm going to send him. There we go. Second and third. Let's go. Oh, you mean like the 70s and 80s? Okay. Yeah, that's a little different than my golden era of NASCAR. But
standing in now, Christopher.
I mean, that's all preference, then, right?
Throw to first
There we
is
go.
in time, but
Got another run in there.
Is in to score.
A simple ground ball to the infield, but the run does come home from third, and they cut the
Astros
deficit
sponsors
to
right now.
only
Yeah, I
1 run.
agree. Young Gun sponsors team. Yeah,
Ready for another
it's all
chance?
marketing is what it is.
Marte, as
Well, you
he's
gotta
got a
like
chance to
sell
tie this
the
ball game
product
up
of
with that
sponsoring a
equalizing
car
run just
to the
90 feet
sponsor,
away at third. Out in
and
front of it,
you
strike
gotta
one.
like, I mean, from the team's perspective at least, it seems like
Two
you need
outs
to
here
like
with a runner at third.
sell it as like a good investment because a lot of companies don't see it as a good investment anymore.
And it's fouled away.
And then young guns, yeah, everyone's thinking about the future. You always think about the future. That's why people like prospects in baseball. It's the same thing. Or college football, right
Ready
before the
on
draft, like
0-2.
you really like it because you're thinking
Still no
about the
balls and two
future.
strikes.
But what I'd like to see is that what they have with F1 is a driver will always have the same number. So I believe Sebastian Vettel's
It's
always
popped
going
up.
to be number 5. There we go. We're
And
going to
this
tie
is
this
going to
game.
dunk
Well, we're
in
talking
out
about
there, a base hit.
something
In to
completely
score with a
unrelated. We
runner
tie the
through
game.
third.
But I believe Sebastian Vettel's always number 5. So he'll be number 5 if he drives for Ferrari. He'll be
And now
number 5
time's
if he
called
drives
here as their
for
pitching coach
Red
is going
Bull,
to pay a
whatever
quick
team he
visit
just
to the
signed with
mound to
to drive
discuss how they
in
want to attack
2021.
things here.
He'll always be number 5. And if NASCAR did something like that, I'd like that a lot better too. Where Chase Elliott's always going to be number 9. And no one else can be number 9.
Plate now,
Something like that would make a lot of sense to
and
me
he
for
fouls
NASCAR.
this one off. Trying to keep things going now with a
Here's
runner at
Mejia,
first
got my
following
9
the
hitter up.
RBI single.
Big knock there from our catcher.
Here comes the 0-1.
Driving in our 4th
This one's
run. This is a
outside,
nice back
quite
and
a
forth
bit off
game
the
so
plate
far.
that time.
And that just
Hits
showed
are
Mejia.
even
He's got
right
over
now at 5
1,000
aside.
runs scored. That's very good for a career.
Oh, he pulls
That's
the
why he
string on
gets
the triple
he
change.
gets close to the Hall of Fame, like I was
I
talking
know
about
he's been
earlier.
struggling early,
Now
but
I
that
got a
pitch
1-2
right
count
there,
though.
well-executed changeup. If he can mix that in, maybe he hangs around for a little while longer.
Just in. Okay.
Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now.
That's
Full
down.
count, 3-2.
Love these full counts.
Good running count right
Get that
here.
pitch
3
count up. He's at
balls, 2
60 and
strikes,
4
2
innings.
outs,
That's
runner on
not too
first.
much.
He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
And he takes ball
For anyone who's not too
so
baseball
a good
savvy,
job
about
out of the nine-hole and getting on base
but
as we go back
15
to the
pitches
top
an
of the
inning
order.
is
He did
normal
not
for
want to let the
baseball.
hitter
It's
off
going
the
to be
hook on
about
2
12 to
outs, and
15 is
now
what
he's
you
got a
want.
runner in
Anything
scoring
less than that's
position to deal with.
fantastic. Anything more than that's a good long inning for the offense. My goal is always 15 to 18. Try to get to 20 in an inning, and that's a good inning if you get to 20. But of course, you want to be aggressive, especially when he throws a fastball right down the plate. But yeah, here's at 26 for this inning. I like those graphics too. Whenever it shows how many pitches he's thrown in a specific inning. There we go. This is another one. Am I gonna try to score? Oh, I can't do that. The throw in was good too. Okay, so we'll load the bases here for Paul Keys, who's batting second for us. Bullet born in '68. All right, so yeah, things were definitely a bit different in the '78. Yeah, see, I know stories about that too, where guys, you just paint a number on the side, or even before that, yeah, it's your street legal car, and they don't even have numbers, and you're just happy about going to the race day and seeing who's the fastest. But yeah, very different than my goal. I got to focus here on the 2-0 here. 2-0 count to Paul Keys with the bases loaded. Paul Keys is by far my best hitter.
No strikes.
Oh,
hard down the line. And he tries to get to the backhand, but it gets on by.
There we go. That's going to bring in 2 runs. This is a huge inning. We got 4 on the inning. And while I was talking, Troy, I got 4 on the inning.
That's a big base hit and 2 RBIs to boot. Yeah, you never know when it's going to come, Dan.
And yeah, NASCAR's changed so much. It's a completely different sport now than what you grew up watching 40 years ago. It's very different.
Here comes the Astros skipper up out of the Houston dugout. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight.
So we forced Jackson out here. This is only the 4th inning, I believe, right? He didn't even get to 70 pitches. Here's Quandre Briggs, who's my face here quick. Quandre Briggs is a right-hander. He should be a starting pitcher, but they have him in the bullpen here now. And then he's new to this version of the roster, Quandre Briggs. So here he is to face Eric Rowe. Was third in the lineup. We now take a 6-4 lead. First one. Yeah, got the starter out. That's what we want. Get to the bullpen, and the Astros don't have the greatest bullpen, so having the lead and getting the Astros bullpen is a great combination here. Love that knock for Keys down the line.
The 0-1. Swung on and lifted in the
That's
air
not
to
much.
left
That's for the
center.
biggest part of the yard.
Stevenson is there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. 9 men come to
I believe I'm going to play
the
2
plate.
games today. Still going back and forth on that, but play 2 games.
Cleveland is
So I'll be here for a while.
here, 6-4.
Thanks for stopping in for anyone who's here. Appreciate the support. We should get to affiliate today.
And we're back
And
in Houston.
then
Welcome back to
or
Minute Maid
tomorrow,
Park
I guess.
as we check in with
Take some
Heidi.
time for that to all go through.
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial
And then I'll
break,
post
I
the roster
discussed
that I'm
the
using
Astros
in the vault
offense with
tomorrow.
Houston's manager.
Bullet, I know you're
And
waiting
flat
for it.
out, he
You're
was
going to start
very
another
pleased with
franchise.
the
Looking
quality
forward
of
to
their
seeing
at-bats.
updates.
They've already put 4 runs
Also
on the
curious
board,
what
and
team
they've
you're going
done
to
so
pick.
by running up their
If you
opponent's
decided already,
pitch
you're
count.
going to look
So
through
he
it.
said he thinks they're going to have a lot
Curious
more
where
opportunities to
your head
score
is
because
at
of
with that.
that as the game goes on.
Thank you, Heidi. Into the box now, Miguel Marte. And Dan, I'm sure the starter on the mound would like to hit the rewind button on that last inning.
Oh, no doubt about
Yeah,
that.
sponsorship in baseball, same kind of thing. I don't want to see Coca-Cola, across the front or anything like that. I like Coca-Cola, but again, I don't want to see sponsorships on things. I'm really okay with the Nike as well. I'm sure people have noticed the new era on the side of the caps too. I don't mind that. The logo is small enough where it's not really an issue for me, and my face is in the way, so I'll move that really fast. But again, like I'm really okay with that. I'm really okay with the Nike on the uniforms, right there. And for the most part, yeah, sponsorship like isn't an issue in baseball. Once we get to like on the side of the helmets, then I'm gonna have a problem if it's consistently, a big logo on the side.
Here's the first pitch to him.
But where they're at right now, I'm happy with it. And cleats, you should be able to do whatever you want with cleats. I don't care. Literally, like if you want to wear pink cleats on Mother's Day, or actually on any day, go for it. I really don't care. I think that should be a rule that Major League Baseball relaxes, because I don't understand why cleats are something that could be a distraction or an issue
And he watches
at
one
all.
split the middle here, 1-1.
Okay, Bullet, what's the plan? Hit me with it. A man with plan.
Fouled off.
He's 1-2 to Marte. Again, he's better against left-handers. He had a double his first time up. Change up down here is what I think. Missed the leader by so much. He had no confidence in the pitch because I wasn't using it. And then when I was using it, it wasn't a strike. And that's kind of the biggest issue with the confidence meters on each pitch, is that sometimes you throw a pitch purposely, like that's a really good pitch right there. That's a changeup that you want right below the zone. He's not going to really do much with that unless he's trying to go right center kind of thing. So my confidence did go up, but the confidence shouldn't like be as much affected when you purposely throw balls, especially pitching around guys. That's more of an issue online than it is offline, of course, because I don't think the CPU really pays attention to which pitches have the most confidence and the least confidence.
It's laid off for ball number 3.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2.
And Bullet, did you pick a team? You got to tell me about that too.
With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
Do a cutter in. It's 3-2. Try to get that cutter far in. 3-run home run really burned Manning last time around. Let's try to avoid base runners now.
Batter number 8. Shortstop, Freddie.
Stepping in, Freddie Zambrano. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
We're going to cut it in Zambrano. I know that Marte's not going to go. We have 2 stealing. There's a lot of guys with really low stealing on the roster too. That's another thing that's very much so intentional. That kind of reflects where we're at in Major League Baseball now, where there's so many guys who don't know how to steal bases that just go anyway, or just are too scared to run on the bases. And that seems like base running is at its all-time worst right now in Major League Baseball. And I've definitely heard analysts say that as well. Most notably Harold Reynolds, not really the smartest guy, but definitely a guy who played the game and knows what he's talking about in terms of base running. Some house rules. What kind of house rules are you talking about then, or Bullet? And then you're just playing as one team, or are you gonna do? You're gonna play around?
Home. And it's fouled away.
Again, I don't think 30-team control is necessary in a franchise with the fictional roster. With my fictional roster, I don't think you necessarily need to do that. But I'm all for it. Again, there's no wrong way to play the game. There's no wrong way to run a franchise. If you want to simulate 50 years and then start with a fictional roster like that and do it, I really don't care. Just glad you're playing the game. Do what you think is going to give you the most enjoyment out of this. Here, Slade, he had that big single, the deep single, one of the deepest ones you'll see all the way to center field that Keys couldn't get to. Well, we were talking about NASCAR last inning.
He's set. Here it comes. That one catches the edge of the zone, called the strike.
Let's stay out there. Let's do 2C.
And he fouls this one
that
off.
wasn't a strike. At least it didn't look like a strike to me.
4 runs,
it was not. All right, now we'll do curveball down.
So far for the Astros.
So Marte did run, but it looked like it was a hit and run. That was the line out to center just now. Put that down. He went after it. Let's go. Slade was the first good catcher I made on the roster. He's not exactly the greatest catcher now, but when I created him, I intended on him being an all-star consistently. He's not exactly a consistent all-star now, given the adjustments that I've made and the other catchers that I've made in the roster, especially like my own catcher here. Joaquin Marte is probably, show him fast, not there. Joaquin Marte is probably the most consistent all-star catcher of all of them in the AL. Zach Lamb, of course, of the of the White Sox, is also very good, and then Brendan Peterson. But those three guys are probably the main three catchers for the AL. And then I actually added one more too, so I keep forgetting about him because he's not on any other roster with this one. Can you get fired in a 30-team control, Bullet? Or you're not doing CPU roster control, you're just going to control every team? I don't know how contracts work. If I'm being honest, I actually don't remember. Okay, yeah, you just want the option to change later on. Okay, I got it.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten into a franchise where some other CPU run team had a better looking team than my own. You're like, ooh, damn, I want to play this one instead. Especially, you get a few guys on this roster that I really like, and then changes the feel for each individual team once you get a couple of years down the road.
He's going to be thinking about that pitch all night.
You can also just play the games as a different team if you want as well. I don't recommend playing like that because then your GM is going to be someone instead of you. Okay, yeah, the house rules, got it.
You've got to be hunting for the strikeout, knowing you have this guy way off balance.
And I'm nowhere near this. This slider is nasty right here.
And there's one gone.
So Jackson's line is bad. Who walks in, strike out anybody. Got it, okay, so yeah, if you get napped, then you fire.
Too many pitches left over the heart of the plate. 3 bombs allowed in this one. He's going to have to do a better job of throwing quality pitches down the road.
I didn't strike out against Jackson at all. So striking out against Riggs.
Marco Ortiz is in for the
slider's up there at speed, so I didn't even notice that. Should actually look at that real fast. Yeah, sliders is primary, then he goes 4-seam, 2-seam, and a change up. Really ride that slider then.
Swing and a miss on the slider.
90 miles per hour on a slider.
So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another? Oh, and meanwhile, this pitch rides.
If that was a slider, that's the worst one he's thrown. He getting the hip right there. He's Carlos.
So stepping in, Carlos.
He's gonna knock his last time up.
On his line so far in the game.
That was a 4-seam. Okay, that got him in the hip.
First pitch on its way.
For anyone else who's here, say hi. Who's watching. And follow me here on Twitch. I already have 50 plus, so we're good for affiliate. But let's keep building here. I'm trying to get anyone who follows me on OS or pays attention to me on Twitter to follow me here. We can kind of consolidate all that seeing me play and talk about the last on this
Yeah,
stream.
he's clearly thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen.
And then anyone who's new, welcome. Welcome. All of you. Appreciate the support. I'm glad with how far we've gotten with this. This has been a long journey. Roster started in 2016. The fall of 2016 is when I started the roster. That's nowhere.
Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
To bring the 2
Always
strikeouts
nice to
now.
keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did.
And he's
right
a
there.
long man, since
Big
he's usually a
strikeout,
starter.
keep that guy
He's
off
probably going
base
to go a
fast.
bit. And they're down, so they want him to eat some innings. He's Schwabenland. This is the guy that can do some things.
For the first pitch,
Not
a check at first, and he'll get back in standing. Stepping in now, Christopher Schwabenland, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Ready with the 1-0. Ball and a strike.
Nice adjustment out on the mound. Overthrew the first one a little bit, but got on top and let that ball rip right out.
So the game doesn't let you charge them out. I'd like to do that. It sounded like that was something that Major League Baseball stopped the show from allowing, was any kind of fight, any kind of altercation like that. There'll like be some chatter back and forth, but there isn't really much for anything beyond that. And then if you do get ejected, it'll show like the dugout, the manager's like upset about it. But there's not much for hit by pitches. Seems to be something that's lost. And they don't get mad at me for bat flipping, which is really unrealistic.
Hoping to send him packing.
I have so many guys in the roster who flip their bats.
That's a great take right there. Great pitch recognition to let that one go. Opposite-handed, that's coming across the plate. You might think you got a shot to stay inside that one.
But yeah, Mir Garrett can't fight the Pittsburgh Pirates, unfortunately. And there's a game on PlayStation 2. I should actually give that one to you, Troy, where you can fight whoever you want pretty actively in that game. That's MLB Slugfest Loaded. I believe I have the 2002 version.
The 2-2 one more time.
But you get a kick out of that if your PlayStation 2 still works.
Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
Now the payoff pitch home.
Oh. Of course that's a changeup, right? On 3-2?
This will be foul.
That's why I'm so early on it, then. Okay.
The next 3-2. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off.
Great, yeah, I'll bring Slugfest over the next time I come over then. Definitely want you to play around on that one, because that's probably a little more your speed. But also a good game. If I had a working PlayStation 2 or a PlayStation 3 that had backwards compatibility, I'd definitely be playing that game here and there as well.
Yeah, and they take another single right here.
MLB
That third
Slugfest
baseman just dying to wave his arms.
Doesn't get used often. We'll try it anyway. They'll bring it over. We'll try it.
The infield, he's going to wave him.
Here's Marte with 2 runners on. Ball 2.
So
we're finally getting to Briggs thanks to a hit by pitch and a walk. And then now I got a 2-0 count. Can you throw a slider here, 2-0? I mean, I'm guessing for it.
The 2-0 on the way.
Oh, he did.
Line to the right side. That's
in there. Drop.
Throw into second. And the
so I hit R1 right when the ball was about to drop.
So no runs here.
And that's why we're out of the inning.
And a couple of men left.
All right.
Home half of the 5th coming up. The Spiders are out on top, 6-4.
That's why some guys have auto base running on, huh? Oh well.
So the batting order turns over now.
That's
and
fine.
set to go.
Here we go to the 5th. I'm gonna think about a bullpen on since we're getting the guys who are going to match against. Let's think about talking about Peterson. Let's do Montemino first. Floribal is very good against left-handers. big time contact bat.
Liner towards
Contact
second,
right away.
but this will be gloved out there at second.
And of course, you get to my worst defender on the field. That's Homer Webster at second base. A lot of second basemen I made were bad fielders. When you get a good fielding second baseman, it's nice. Especially same with arm. I didn't give a whole lot of second basemen good arms either.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one.
Justin Cole was the June Rookie of the Month for the American League. Love it when they throw those nuggets in. Love that. I'd really like to see them go even further and have those get saved to the player card. So you see the player card. It's not the same in game as it is when you're in the front menus. But I'd really like to see a little more with the player card. Give me an entire page that says all of their career accolades. Give me when they got drafted. Say, like, if they were an all-star, I want to see minor league all-stars as well. I want to see specifically the year and the league that they were in when they were an all-star, and then whenever they led the league. And then any other major award beyond that. So the June Rookie of the Month here for the American League, show that on that card as well. Say that he won an MVP in 2017. Something like that, like whatever you want. And then on top of that, make it fully editable. So I can, or anybody can add more to the players that are present in the game. Give me all of that customization. So now we got to come to a decision here. Fifth inning, I'm up 2 runs, but Clark was the guy who hit the home run. So we'll look in the bullpen. I got Manzanillo ready. Clark has 99 power against lefties, 72 contact, and he's got 83 contact against righties and 94 power. So the thought here is that if I put in the righty, he's going to have to face Stevenson too, which I think is worth it because there's more of a difference between Clark and Stevenson. Clark's right and left numbers and Stevenson's right and left numbers. So we're going to go with Manzanillo.
Now out of the dugout comes the manager.
Not a great start, but it's all right. Left the lead. That's all we want.
The bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight.
But yeah, again, like, give me another layer to the player card. Let me edit everything on the player card. Let me edit, his expectations for morale, like how much he wants to be paid, or like, the compatriot little thing, or like his expectation for his role. Like, I know those like change in franchise, but at least let me change like what they start out with. That would add another level of personality and personalization.
Sends that one out of play for strike one. Manzanillo typically throws a lot of strikes coming in out of the bullpen, resulting in low walk totals, although he has
again, thanks to anyone who's watching. We're only in the 5th inning here.
At times in the past.
One of the keys for this guy, Matt, is not
seems like it's been going forever. All of them scored.
He is prone to giving up the home runs. I think
my
one of the
left
causes
fielder,
that, Matt,
fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted.
Up in the strike zone, he needs to be down in the zone when he's effective.
Now batting.
And Neil got the first guy. Now Stevenson's the one that he really needs. I'm going to try to pitch around him a little bit because I'd rather face Risky with 2 runners on than Stevenson with 1.
First pitch of the at-bat.
And this goes back to the confidence situation I was talking about, where his pitch confidence is going to go down if I throw too many balls, even though I'm hitting or getting really close to
lunging at that pitch away,
but I'm hitting really close to hitting the meter, so his confidence shouldn't really be adjusted that much.
Fishing for balls off the
These
plate.
are all balls. That one wasn't close either. Right? That was up. No, that was a strike. Okay. All right, well, then we'll try to get the curveball down then. Since I'm, again, trying to pitch around him. Oh, he went for that one,
as
too.
he fouls it away. 4 runs, 6
not
hits,
late.
1 error so far for the Astros. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
Manzanillo throws 99. I have less bullpen guys who just throw gas than like on the live roster. Those pitchers seem to be a little one-dimensional, and the pitchers that I have are a little more complex than just a blow-by-you bullpen arm.
Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call.
Risky's next.
Risky would be next.
No problem facing him after walking Stevenson. I'd rather do that than do a home run. So let's do a 2-seam away. He swung at one that was way away.
Now the 3-2 pitch. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a
I don't necessarily try to walk guys, but it's a situation where I'm really okay with pitching around him. Really okay with
in
that.
for Houston, Kalen Risky. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. 1 ball, no strikes to count.
That should have been a strike. Come on,
2
dude.
men are on with 2 men out. skied into
Doesn't even
very
matter.
shallow right.
Yeah.
And he'll get there in
So we're
plenty
through
of
5
time
with
to
the
put
lead
this one
intact.
away, and that
Manzanillo,
ends the inning.
big inning
2
right
left
there.
for
Now
the
I'm worried about my
Astros.
bullpen because I don't know who else I want to pitch for.
Alejandro
They're going to
Perez
bring in
takes over to
Alejandro
start the 6th
Perez.
inning on the mound.
Number 61.
47 appearances,
Alejandro
4.55 ERA.
Perez.
Strikeout to walk is fine. Gives up a lot of hits, looks like though. And I got 9-1-2. I'm going to fill my water real fast. I'll be right back. Use the screen for that. Alright, cool. I am back now. Bounce back to this screen. There we go. Bullet, taking off. You're going to come back. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Enjoy your walk. And make sure those dogs enjoy that
Hitting
walk
in
too.
now,
So here we go with Mejia
comes
to
into
start
this at-bat
the
0 for
6th
1
inning.
in the
We're up
ball
2
game.
runs here.
First
Thanks again for
pitch
anyone
on
who's
its
watching.
way.
Appreciate every single one of you. We are back with the Cleveland Spiders here in the 6th.
Now the 1-0.
If you're not already following me on
Perez,
Twitch, please
a
do.
native
That's
of
where you are
Nicaragua. He's a
watching this
veteran of
video.
7
Unless you're watching
years
it
at the Major
archived, then
League
thank you
level.
for watching it archived. It is on YouTube then. Again, thank you. So subscribe in there as well. I'll keep posting videos there. They'll all be posted to OS as well. It just makes the most sense to try to spread them out. So they will be on OS, they will be on YouTube, and they currently are on Twitch.
2 balls and
That
a
was
strike.
down strike. At least I didn't think it was. It was. All right. I am happy they took out Briggs, but they put in the guy who throws his money sliders himself, so I don't like that. 2-2 pitch from Perez.
Bottom
No one.
dropped out
Don't know
on
why
him, and
I
that's a
swung that.
strikeout. Slade has it. A throw down to first, 1 away.
Well, you know you made a real nice pitch when you bounce it in the dirt and you still get the hitter to swing at it. That tells me that there's a lot of deception in that pitch right now.
Here's Webster back to the top.
Digging in, Homer Webster. He singled his last time up. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Now the Astros have somebody up in the bullpen as a
Yeah, the fans, I believe they expanded on the fans, so there's more like fan pipes. And unfortunately, if you're a Brewer fan, you know what we're talking about here. But unfortunately, there's no front row Amy fan type exactly, and she doesn't appear at Miller Park because there isn't a type like that. But if you don't know what we're talking about, Google front row Amy. She is a big time Brewers fan, and I'm sure they don't have the rights to have her represented in MLB The Show.
Now a swing, and he gets him to pop it up.
So no, she's not. There really isn't a fan like her. You get a better view when I'm pitching again because we see the front couple rows of fans.
And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
But no front row Amy. Good question though. Appreciate that.
3-1.
Well, this next pitch is a big one. The last thing you want to do is give a free pass to a guy that can run like this. He's a real burner out there on the base paths.
3-1.
The 3-1.
I'm close to it because I'm messing with the screen. That's the problem. All right, 3-2 now. That's got to get through, right? Oh, no way, no way. Wow! All right. With my speedster running, too. Come on now.
But hold on
Here's
here
our
now.
unique
They
challenge,
requested some time to take a look at the
challenge
replay,
screen here
and
for
they may decide to
20 second
challenge
clock.
that
Let's
out
take a look at
call.
this real
Well, I
fast.
think
And
we're gonna have
Ponte
to
with a
wait and
great
see what
diving
the
play,
word
and he
is from
makes
the
the throw.
dugout. But
He's
here's
good enough.
another look at it. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Tough
going
to
to be
tell
out.
if he
I'm
was
not going
out
to
for
challenge that.
certain from
I
that
usually just
angle.
challenge
I
it by
can see
default
why this
anyways,
was.
but
Now an indication from the
we're
dugout
not
is
going to
that they
challenge
will
it.
not
And then, of
challenge
course,
the
there's
call on
Terry
field,
Tito
so the runner
Francona
is
in the
indeed
dugout.
out.
I would really like to be able to edit
Ready
managers.
for another
Please,
shot
Sony
now.
San Diego, give
Paul
me the option to edit
Keys will
managers.
throw
Give me the
home
option to
2 with a
edit all the
single in his
coaches.
last plate
It's
appearance.
ridiculous that I can't
Here's the
change that.
first pitch to him.
I have to see Terry Francona in there unless I fire him. But he's a good manager, so I'm not going to fire him.
Bases
So again,
are empty
please
here
give me
with
the
2
option
men
to
out.
edit or remove, or the same kind of thing as the regular players. Give me an option
Fastball
to
well outside.
edit every single coach and manager. This is fantastic. Thank you for listening to my pet talk.
No offer on that one. 2
He
balls
said
and
that
a
big
strike.
knock in the fourth inning that sparked, or that not sparked. That was the last 2 runs for us.
And the 2-1. Hit in the air to center
Not
field.
gonna get that one. Bad PCI play too.
Stevenson is
Yeah,
going
as
to
you
have
can tell, I'm
room
not the
out there
greatest
as he
hitter.
puts this
So,
away to retire the side.
oh well. Thanks to anyone who's watching again. Appreciate all of you. Follow me on Twitter if you aren't already. It's Bacon's Fictional. No apostrophe. You can't add an apostrophe. That's my
And
handle.
standing in is
So
the
it's just
veteran
Bacon
third
S
baseman
Fictional.
Miguel
No spaces,
Marte.
no underscores, nothing. It's just Bacon's Fictional. I'm gonna have to think about a different pitcher now too. Probably Hendricks doesn't have the greatest energy, and then I don't really want to put in a lefty right now because we had a left-handed starter, but I generally don't want to go with a left-handed reliever right off the bat. So we'll roll with Manzanillo for another spring, probably. This is 6, 7, 8.
No balls and 1 strike.
So I don't expect too much of a battle. We'll see what we can do here. Manzanillo.
Nothing in 1 count.
Lio Manzanillo.
Ground ball
Good
sent
0-2
back
pitch,
up the
but it
middle.
should do the trick.
And
It
there's
does.
1 down
Oh,
now.
wait.
Now batter, shortstop, Freddie
Striding in.
Freddie Zambrano.
Zambrano will swing it
Mentioned
from
him
the
before.
left
He's another
side
new
right
player
This
on
is
the
somewhat
roster.
of a cause
Switch
for
hitter.
concern.
Plays
This guy
shortstop
needs to get
primarily,
better
but he can play all
left-handed
4
against right-handed
infield
pitching.
positions.
Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes.
Alan fastballs are ready.
And he falls
Okay.
behind
That's
now,
not
2-0.
one.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be
There we
a
go.
big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul.
Oh, okay, it's 2-2 now with the curveball.
He's set.
Sweeping curve is one of my
Here's the
favorite
2-2.
curveballs. I didn't do it too often, like assign it to pitchers too often, but
That
it
was
is
aggressive pitching and that at
one
bat,
of the
and I like
pitches that I like
seeing
throwing a
that.
lot.
He showed all hard stuff until
That,
the
of course,
fifth
depends on the rest of the
and final
arsenal,
pitch for the strikeout.
the
When
arm
you work
slot.
off your hard stuff,
But,
it really opens up
that
your
was a nice
secondary
pitch, okay.
pitches to be more deceptive.
Cool. Again, anyone who is here, say hi. I'd like to know who's watching. Appreciate the support. Thank you for following. Thank you for
Into
watching.
the box now. Rico
all of it.
Infante fouled away. He's working on a 1-for-2
Say hi in the
game
chat.
so
I'd like to know
far.
who's here. We're really close to affiliate. I should meet the requirements now. So once Twitch updates,
Rounded up the first
I will be
baseline.
affiliated.
Scooped up, and he'll
And
step on the bag himself, and
some
the
things
inning
have changed
is
around here,
over.
but the roster will
1-2
stay the same.
go the
Franchise will stay the
Astros.
same, and I'll
Score
be here.
remains steady at 6-4.
Well, but a little more fun. So we are just about there, just needed to update. And then, of course, I will be uploading the newest version of the roster to the vault once I get to affiliate, once I officially get that notification from Twitch. I don't think it's happening until Twitch updates, which is midnight. I don't know if it's midnight Central or midnight on the West Coast, but that will be at some point tomorrow. I'll post about that. So look on Twitter. So here's Eric Rowe. It's Kenneth Rogers coming in, slider, 4-seam, and a 2-seam. He throws 99. This is one of the guys that can get it up there. Again, that's intentional. I don't want to have every arm be able to throw 99. I know there's kind of the trend for Major League Baseball right now that everybody's throwing 95 plus, but the roster kind of bucks that trend where I don't exactly have every guy. I don't exactly have every guy able to hit triple digits quite yet.
Right there. He's going to have to lower his
But then there's guys in the minors who don't have as high overall that you could have in your bullpen who could do that. If you want to fill your bullpen with guys who throw, 96, 97, 98, and up even more. There are guys in the roster like that. You just have to do some digging. Not always the highest overall guys who are going to be in the bullpen if you search like that. And I would recommend, if you are looking at pitchers, this is for live rosters or playing with any kind of roster. It seems like the actual pitch mix matters a lot more than the K per 9 and any of the per 9 attributes. It matters so much about what their control is and what the movement's like, especially against another human opponent.
Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs a full 3-2.
Because you're not going to find a 40 overall pitcher that's going to consistently get outs even if he throws 95.
Payoff pitch home.
And I don't have a pitcher like that on the roster. There's no player on my roster who's 40 overall throwing 99. But velocity and overall aren't really correlated necessarily.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
That strikeout.
So I should have definitely walked there against Rogers. That'll be a little more patient here. Only the 7th, so we still got time to build on. They still have time to mount the rally.
You could just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
Lenny Andrews comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Again, say hi if you're in the chat. I'd like to know who's here. Just say hi. Appreciate all the support. Yeah. I'm never going to stop saying that. I really do appreciate it.
Swing and a little blooper to center.
Got a drop? Yes, it is.
Comes the center fielder, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Is that his second or his third? I know he had one earlier. It's not going to say anything. Wait for him to come up again. Marco Ortiz. Now he's a home run in the second. I totally just skipped it too. Don't mean to do that. So he only got 41-49, but he didn't homer today, so I'm going to leave him. Yeah, Kenny Rogers, yeah. No, it's Kenneth Rogers. It's a different guy. Completely different guy.
Runner at first here, one man.
Nice try, though. Kenneth Rogers. And yeah, there actually are some other musical references within the roster. I'm not giving any of those away. You can find those on your own. But Kenneth Rogers is the pitcher right here. This is the patience I was talking about before. That's nice too. When a guy doesn't have good contact versus the hand that you're facing, and they don't even throw him strikes, it's fantastic. Love it. And take on 3-0. I don't usually swing 3-0.
3-0 count. Here it comes.
Taking right down the middle.
Away, and it's 3-1 now. Hit on the ground out to short. To second.
Ooh, I didn't think they'd get you out at second. I didn't think you'd even bother to throw it to second. They get the lead runner. I'll get Marco Ortiz on at first. At least his third time on now. He's by 6 earlier. But very nice from Zambrano. Again, that's the new guy in the roster, or their roster, I should say. We'll take a look at his player card real fast. Some attributes have changed since we are in a franchise, but here is Freddie Zambrano, new player on the new roster. Very good against left-handers. Good arm accuracy. Middle of the road, pretty much everything else. Speed is good. Pretty much anything over 60 is good. And then, yeah, he's got the platoon quirk because of his contact left being so much higher than his contact right. That's exactly how that quirk works. And I'm 22 years old. 71 overall. Cool.
So
Here's
coming
Carlos
to the plate,
Ortiz. I'm lately
Carlos
thinking about doing
Ortiz.
things
He'll
here.
look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Probably not since Rogers
Ready to
throws
deliver.
99,
Here's the first
and
pitch.
you can touch 100 if they do, you know, the double tap.
Two
Try
out with the
to
man at first.
throw harder. So not exactly the greatest running situation. And there's the slide step.
That finds the zone,
Hate
a
the
cold
slide
strike.
step.
Look at the
I
radar
absolutely
gun on
hate
that
it. I hate when
slider.
people cheese it.
Off-speed
So
pitch,
here's
91
one
miles an
more.
hour. That's just pure.
Troy, are you the only one watching? Or you got your kids watching too?
A 1-1. And it's
Yeah, there's
fouled
101,
away.
like I was just talking about. He can get it up there. That's what he wants to do here. All three of those are outside, so he probably won't do it again, right?
The 1-2.
Maybe he goes a slider way off the plate. Ooh, slider down. I just think he just doesn't have control of it, so he doesn't really know where the slider's going. Kind of did that with the fireballers, kind of make him a little less overpowered. There are a few outliers like that.
Slider whiffed on for strike 3.
But
A
it
great
doesn't seem like
pitch
he
to
has too
put
much
an
control over
end
where
to
the
the
slider's
inning.
going. Nonetheless, clean inning. Appreciate it, Cole. Yeah, there's a lot of faces I'm actually really proud of. I don't have as much of an emphasis on the faces as I do the attributes. The attributes really matter in terms of how the game plays, but then the faces just make it look nice.
Ready
Like the
once
aesthetics
again,
of certain guys looking good really help with the personalities and with the way that the game looks. So there's Zambrano's face again, like you were talking. And yeah, again, in this update, I redid a lot of faces actually. So if you're one of the guys who wanted to see me do that, congratulations. You're welcome. Not congratulations. You're welcome. There's a lot of guys who got redone faces. I redid a few beards here and there, but there's a lot of new aesthetic changes in the next update as well. So those are gone. We'll check on J-Man. That's Jasper. Hoping he's doing well. I know you said he was sick earlier. I hope he is doing all right.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Hendricks is at like a mid-70s reliever. Once you get to like 75 for a reliever, you're good enough for high leverage situations. And then morale really takes it into play beyond that. Once you get like a high morale with a decent set of per 9, then you can get a good reliever in the 70s. That's how I feel about Hendricks. It depends on how they perform the first couple months of the franchise. It's pretty much a good that. And I didn't do too many relievers in 80s or 90s exactly. That's also 100% intentional. It's just because relievers are so volatile. One guy have one really good season and then he falls off and you never like that again. But so that's kind of like if you have guys in the 70s, they're going to have good seasons here and there, but they're never going to blow up unless they consistently have good seasons. That's always a possibility, especially with how potential setup.
1-2.
So that's a nice pitch right there. Hendricks doesn't have the greatest pitch mix. He doesn't have like a great breaking ball with the cutter here. That's the cutter right there. So it's going to move like a decent amount because it starts in the middle, But it does move a good amount. So again, another one of those guys who has a cutter that looks a little more like a slider. It's a little faster as well. But it's way off his fastball. His fastball gets 95.
Popped him up.
Including that one. That one was 95.
Ortiz.
An easy out for Ortiz. That's the first out.
He's got it one away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Giancarlo.
Back to the top. Lori Hall, 305 batting average, 872 OPS right now. That's fantastic. Must be just because he gets on base so much and he hit for enough power. And that results in 872 OPS. Very good.
Right guy, right spot. This is one of the better.
Of course, you can do much better than that. I've seen a lot of them over one. Michael Mayfield is consistently over one, and that's the league leaders are going to be consistently over 1 for their OPS, but at 870 OPS
And this
is,
one's up around the eyes.
I mean, if every guy in your lineup does that, you're in the World Series.
Pitch on the way.
You just want every player to be above average to go like that, right?
You have to be very
Here's a
careful right
3-1
here to make a
ball.
quality
He's very
pitch on
patient.
3-1.
Now a fastball
So
gets
patient,
the
he
upper
laid
part
off
of
the
the zone
fastball
for
right down the
strike
foot.
2.
Yeah, that's middle away, but still had a lot of meat to it. And that
And a
was exactly
fastball
where I
swung
had it.
on and hit to second.
Webster still makes the
That's
play. That's
second
my
out.
boy. He is not good on defense, but he's doing fine for me so far in this franchise. Justin Cole.
Next
I'd
up
love
for
to
the
get through this
Stros,
1, 2, 3.
just
Don't have to worry about
First
3,
pitch
4,
of the
5
at-bat.
until next time.
0-1
That
the
would be
count.
great.
2 out, nobody on. Chased out of the zone there, and he's down 2 strikes.
Again, that's the cutter that I'm talking about. Looks like a slider. Really moved right there. Then there's a few guys actually that have a really good slider and a really good cutter, and those guys are the ones that I have a lot of difficulty with
Bouncer
personally.
up the middle.
But there are guys with that kind of pitch mix
And
in their
that
offense as
will
well.
conclude matters here
But
in the
very
7th.
easy 1, 2, 3. We love it. It's a
Astros go
2-run
down
lead
1, 2,
here.
3. They
Going
trail
to
it
the
here
8th inning. I got
6-4.
7, 8, and 9 here in V7. We'll see what pitcher they put in.
Alfonso Aviles.
So Alfonso Aviles, this is another new guy to the roster. Left-hander here for the Astros.
Ready to begin the 8th, and stepping in the long ball threat, Christopher Schwabenland.
The first baseman, number 48.
So it's left on left here. I'm going to roll with it with Schwabenland.
Here it comes. Too high that time with the inning.
Hey, welcome, Rogue. No, not yet. So I had some technical difficulties yesterday. Was unable to stream. So this should be the stream that gets us to affiliate. And then once I get the notification, I'm thinking at some point tomorrow morning, I will post the roster in the roster results. I'll probably actually post it on stream is what I'm thinking. I'll just do a quick stream to say that it's in the vault, and probably even do the actual vaulting on stream. Yeah, I'll do like a pre-stream kind of, not pre-stream, pre-upload. Talk about it real fast. Just talk about a few of the new players that are added. Just a quick preview, just so you can see what I think. And then you can get started in real fast. Yeah, bro. Yep. I'm looking forward to it too. Honestly, once I get to affiliate, this is going to be good for me. Looking forward to it. And Jasper, hello. Appreciate you dropping by. Hope you're feeling all right.
Now at the plate, Joaquin Marte.
And of course, I appreciate anyone else who's watching. Thanks for being here. You don't have to be, so I love it. Appreciate you being here.
Ready with the first pitch.
Marte.
Here it comes.
Nowhere near the changeup. Oh my gosh, that was 77.
Man, that pitch had the look of a fastball. Straight changeup.
Oh, that's right. So this guy I actually haven't faced yet. He's got the Alex Claudio delivery.
Strike, and now it's 0-2.
Hey,
Jasper, use your own account when you comment. Come on.
That nasty sinker.
No, I know it's just one of you guys watching, but
You have to find a way
appreciate
as a
it.
batter to get
Yeah,
that
but
two-seamer up in the
Aviles
zone,
has
or
Alex
you're gonna ground
Claudio's
into a double
delivery.
play.
You guys are familiar with the Brewers
Ball and 2 strikes
reliever
now.
or the former Rangers reliever? That's Alex Claudio. He's now an Angel in real life. But this is his delivery, and I kind of made the same kind of like pitcher type
The runner at
and
first
like
with no outs
pitch mix as Alex Claudio for this pitcher.
here. Change
He
of
is
speed there,
tough
but
to
it's
hit
taken
because
for a
that
ball.
changeup
2-2.
slow with the fastball isn't too fast. Fastball 94 though on an onslaught. This guy's nasty.
From the
Again,
belt.
haven't faced him. I usually face guys. Well, yeah, that's the
Fooled
swing.
on the pitch as
I
he
usually
swings
face
at it in
guys
dirt for strike 3.
For me, check swings
at least once or twice before I try to face him in the stream, but I forgot about it. Maybe like
taking a look at
tough.
show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
He's set. Here it comes. Devor Mejia is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0.
we are working with a 2-run lead at least, so that's nice. But even if I don't add on, I'm still holding on to a 2-run lead.
Nearly got the inside, but
Aviles is a little wild as well. Of course, he walked the first guy at 4. Oh, and then that's the changeup. It all looks so good.
You know,
That's a pitch I'll always swing at. Always swing at a changeup in the middle of the plate, even if it's not even at the knees. Oh, that's a cutter. That's a good looking cutter there. Another guy who's got that cutter that looks like a slider.
So he sets him down swinging. DeVore Mejia sent packing for the second out of the inning. Stepping up now, Homer Webster. He's 1 for 4 for the game. Here's the first pitch to him. A ball and no strikes.
Yeah, Cole, I'm thinking I will be playing with Atlanta tonight or today as well. Might as well get this stream a little longer. I was actually planning on streaming today and yesterday, and it didn't really work out for yesterday. So we'll do 2 games today, just to catch up a little bit.
Lifted down the line in left.
But normally I'm going to just do 1. I'm thinking I'll do 1 every stream, and I'll do 2 on Tuesdays. And I think that's easy to remember. Tuesday's kind of just going to be my my main day for streaming. I requested off work, so I should consistently get that day off. So I might even start at like a 4 o'clock, like I tried today, and then consistently do 2 games on Tuesdays and 1 game here and there wherever I can find time any other day.
Now the payoff pitch home. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over.
Risky's not even the greatest defender, so I really expected that one to get through. So he can't add on. It's just still a 2-run lead here entering the 8th inning. I'm not in love with that, but 2-run lead is better than a 2-run deficit, right? Dylan Clark.
Off the inning, Dylan Clark, and they'll need him to get something
Do I have
going
someone up
here.
the bullpen? I wasn't even paying attention.
Moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs.
Yeah, Tuesday will consistently be a day that I'll stream. School isn't going to be an issue at that point on Tuesdays, and then and work should be out of the way on every Tuesday as well. So Tuesday should be like a 2-game stream, and then I'll try to do 1 game on any other stream.
First offering on its way. There's a fastball missing down and away for
but again, yeah, disappointed that it didn't work out yesterday, but every Tuesday I should be streaming for sure. And then we'll find holes in my schedule beyond that.
Fouled away.
Trying to be consistent, especially once I get to affiliate. That's going to be best for viewership as well. I understand that. But consistency is going to be the key once we get there. The best I can to be
the alley in left center, and a knock for him this time. He's 2 for 4 for the game.
I'll try to do a second here. Not with keys in center, you can't get there.
Outfield defense playing so deep that ball looked like it was extra bases all the way, but they were able to cut it off.
So we're probably going to pull him.
I would agree. I'd love to hear your take on this as well. The no doubles defense.
I want to have a lefty with Melvin first.
I felt like the pitcher, if he can execute the game plan.
It's going to be Jordan Davis. That's not exactly what he looks like. Jordan Davis is a reliever I acquired from the Nationals in a trade. I have a picture of that somewhere. I'll pull it somewhere. But he, nice lefty that starts on the Nationals. I believe he's new to either the last version or I don't think it's this version, but he's new this year. It's going to be a slider, 4-seam, and a circle changeup. Fastball first.
So now to the plate, Hack Stevenson.
And
as he takes a
the main focus here is trying to get Stevenson out here. I pitched around him last time, but I really like to get him out with Davis here. And then actually, I should get up another. That's not what I want. I should get up another pitcher. That's Zach Pearson. He'll be the next guy once I can put in another pitcher. Yeah, think about my 4-year and next one. We just have a 2-run lead here too.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2.
Nowhere near. Come on now. I did just check on it. Atlanta will be playing at the Nationals. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. We'll play that today as
And
well.
fouls this one off.
The Atlanta Kings at the Washington Nationals. There's a 2-2 pitch. We're going to do a slider down and away.
Got him on the
Very
good
nice.
slider there. Swung
Yes.
on and missed.
Yes, he is dangerous. That's why that was such a big at bat. Brought in a lefty just to face him. And I know the 3-batter rule kind of ruins this this type of strategy, but huge strikeout. And yeah, he's good against lefties. He just gets better against lefties. Big time 8 potential bat. He was their 18-year-old phenom. He really is something special. Pretty much every franchise. Hack Stevenson is a big strikeout.
As he'll take one up in the zone, but
Jordan Davis,
in the strike zone for the
96
first
on that
strike.
fastball.
Could really use
If you throw a 96 as a lefty, you're not going to get hit much.
So far.
I know that as a bad.
A ball and a strike to count to the Astros first baseman.
Risky's having a tough season, so I'm really okay with either handing this case.
In for a strike, and he jumps ahead.
Risky is thick. Yeah, there's. I tried to add more unique body types. So I felt like the initial roster had, just everyone was 6'2", 195, and built. But now there's a few more guys who have a little more rounding out than others, just to add variation. Yeah, no, it's all about body positivity. That's exactly it. It's just anyone can play baseball and anyone can do well in baseball. So I'm trying to get all the body types, all the player, sizes involved in the roster and have good guys at all the heights and all the weights.
Working for the punch out and the offering.
And that was a terrible pitch.
And he crushes this.
Yeah, Cole, there is beef in the roster, and there was beef in that swing, unfortunately. So we're tied now here in the 8th. Terrible. And then Risky, of course, is better against left-handers. So I said that earlier, even that I didn't want to use the lefty against him, but I did it anyway. Not great. Not good. Yeah, goodbye baseball. Didn't even matter where the seats were in this one either. So the Crawford boxes don't really matter in Houston because that one was going to be out. A lot of the stadiums. So I can't do another mound visit because I have to take him out. This is going to have to be Davis' last hitter then. And we're going to have to
now, Miguel Marte.
It's bad now, too, because this guy, this is Marte, I showed him earlier. He is also better against left-handers. So when you're setting up the bullpen, I really wanted to get a right-hander in instead. But I just can't because of the 3-batter rule. Again, it takes away the strategy. It takes away the intelligence of the manager, I feel. And you really want to, add strategy to baseball. If you're gonna change the rules, you want to add strategy, not take away from the opportunity for my manager to be creative, and that's exactly what that was. Not just because I gave up a 2-run home run to tie the game, but it's just not a great rule in my mind.
Easy take there is the
yeah, it was a risky pitch. Yeah, changeup. Not the greatest decision right there by me. That's the issue with having just a 3-pitch mix and not having too much fastball there. Again, power to pass Marte. So now you're done. I'm not going to have him face Zambrano. We are tied, so Peterson makes sense. Next year, all works against righties, lefties. So here comes Zach Peterson. Peterson's my other setup guy. Decent season. ERA isn't great. That's okay. Here's Peterson. We're going to have to mount a 9th-inning rally now because of that home run.
From the stretch.
At least if you guys were here for the first game I played with Atlanta, we had a nice comeback there. I believe that was an 11th-inning win.
Skied into straightaway right.
In Colorado, an 11-inning game. Again, thanks for anyone who's watching. Appreciate you for being here. If you just came in, say hi. If you've been here for a while, say hi. I'm really happy with all the support. And appreciate it. Here's the replay of that home run I just gave up. We are tied at 6 going into the 9th inning here. First game I'm playing as the Spiders. With Ray Russell, he's their closer. Ray Russell. 4.39 ERA, not great. 52 strikeouts in 41 innings. That's good. And then only 16 walks. That's all right too. That's
Keys
less
will
than
be the
3.
first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to
I
turn
do get to
around
go
and hit
2,
from
3,
the left
4 in the
side
lineup
now.
though. Castillo is going to come up for me. Need to at least think about it, because if I score, I'm putting him in for sure. If I score 3 or less, that is. If I score 3 or more, it's Montgomery, or I'll just leave Peterson in. But Peterson will stay in if I don't score. That's the thought right here.
Now the pitch. And it's
I
fouled
just
away.
want the first one. It's slider, cutter, 4-seam, and splitter from Russell. Ray Russell.
Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the ninth.
I wouldn't say that Beard is so last year. Beards are still in.
Coming
right?
to the plate now, Eric Rowe.
Look at that. All the pitches really swung in.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
No, it's not a COVID beard. So COVID doesn't exist in Bacon's fictional roster.
Bases are empty,
It's,
one man
it's
out.
never been a thing. They played a whole 2020 season.
It's a high
Oh, let's go. Stay fair. Stay fair. Please stay fair. Oh!
And foul, though it had the
Damn.
home run distance.
All right, that's okay. That's not okay. That really sucked, actually. That would have been huge. I don't really hit much with Rowe either. I had a home run in the first game. Generally, I haven't hit too much with him before this franchise either. I mean, he's more against left-handers. So a home run against right-handers would have been
And he
huge.
gets the corner with that one, 2-2.
I don't like that pitch. Try to get a good swing off here, though, Eric.
And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty good job right
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if we can.
Only in the second game of this series.
I don't know the Tron technology well, so I don't know if that's been invented quite yet. But no, this is a different universe than the one that we were living in.
As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for
COVID was
strike
never
one.
a thing in Bacon's
Russell,
fictional roster.
playing here in his age 31 season. He's currently on a 1-year deal, so he stands to be a free agent at the end of this season.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract.
Doesn't look like it's
He's
happening
playing to
this day.
expectations,
0-2,
to be
my
honest
third
with
hitter.
you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
Andrews did have a good swing off before. Yeah, he got 2 knocks is what he got. He walked, though. Scoreboard says that he did. Okay, cool.
And he strikes him out.
That's out. Okay.
So 1 run can win it as
That's
we
not
head
good.
to the bottom of the inning. 3 up.
So here we go to the bottom of the 9th game. It's still tied.
Everett Bruce is up on
It'll be
the bench
Everett
to lead
Bruce
it
to
off
start.
as a
Big
possible
contact hitting
run
first
here at the
baseman.
bottom of
There's
any
another
given
body
inning.
type for you right here, Rowe. Another bigger bodied individual who's Everett Bruce. Who's he pinch hitting for? He's pinch hitting for the second baseman. That was, who was that? Why can't I think of his name? It's Rico Infante who he's pinch hitting for. And then Bruce probably won't stay in the game. They'll put in Mitchell or Short. Both of those guys can play second. Of course, they must be doing that. They don't have to worry about who's playing second base.
This is hit high
He
and
wants
deep
one.
out to left. And
Come
he's
on,
going
let's
to
go.
have room to put this one away.
So worried
And
about
that's the
defense
first
when it
out.
gets so close to the wall like that. That's not ideal.
This guy's not wasting any time, right? Gets a first pitch fastball, and he flies
Yeah,
out
first pitch
deep on the
fastball
first
wasn't
pitch of
wasting
the
any
inning.
time. And it was
Into
right
the
down the middle
box,
too, so I don't
Mac
blame him.
Slade.
Peterson's a big
And a first
sinker
pitch sinker
guy.
is over for strike one.
Of course, his pitches move everywhere. He's got a slider and a cutter. And then that circle change is my favorite of the changeups. That's not a
Shot
good
toward
pitch
right
right there.
center.
This is not good at all.
And
That's
this
going to be
is
a double
down
easily
extra
for Max
bases.
Slade.
And there's your
Even with his
winning run
26
moving
feet. So
into
that's the
scoring
game-winning run at
position.
second base.
And he will
Not
make
good.
it
Not
into
good
second
at all.
base as the winning run is in scoring position.
They'll probably
Now
pinch
he
run
quickly
for him, right?
run
Only
away.
26 feet.
A nice piece
I
of
think
hitting
so. They
right
got
there
to back
to
a
put the
catcher.
winning run on base.
No,
I know
they're not
there's
going
one
for
out
it.
in the inning. They got one more to
Okay,
play
here's
with
for
that they
Wall.
could potentially be
Big
productive
contact
with.
guy
But
do.
this
He's
guy's
0
looking
for
to
4
end this
today.
right now and put something in a
That
gap.
was a cutter right down the middle to his Slade. He's definitely not going to steal third. That's a short lead.
Here's the first pitch.
That's not a good
Swung out
pitch.
and missed that time. It's 0-1.
Hit the meter, but that wasn't a good decision to pitch it right there.
And this
Join
pitch
us
is
a little
popped
pop-up.
straight up.
Love
Right
the
around
emotion
the
too. I
plate
love
area.
that animation
He'll
right there
stay
when the
with it
batter
till put it away
slams
as they
his
get
bat
their
down.
man here for the
Nothing,
second out.
nothing cooler than that. Positive and negative emotional responses are so cool in the show. Love it.
So digging in with a chance
Here's
to
Justin
win
Cole.
it
This is
here.
where I want to
Justin
end the inning.
Cole, as he'll look to get the
He
ball
already
into
got
the
2
outfield
knocks,
and bring home what would
but
be
I'm
the
much more
winning
scared of the
run.
guy on deck. That is, of course, Dylan Clark. He's Justin Cole's card so far. He's a rookie. He was June Rookie of the Month. 20-year-old right fielder. Not much for power against righties. That's nice. But he's there against the left-handed pitching, and he's got the contact. So
Second base.
I'm sure he's up because of an injury, but still, like he can impact the franchise year 1, more likely year 2 in most franchises. Especially because Kane is actually a free agent. He's their starting right fielder.
Fastball
Becomes a free agent after year 1. And then you got to make a big decision about who's going to play right field in Houston if you re-sign Kane or Cole turns into your everyday guy. He has a little key potential, so he's definitely a viable option.
Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
1 pitch.
Don't
It's gonna be a
expect
cutter
too many
away.
more high fastballs in this one. He is known for his sinker, keeping the ball on the ground.
And this
Still
will be
getting
taken
that.
down no
Let's
problem for the final out of the inning. One left.
So
for
another
Houston.
extra inning
This
ball
game
game.
remains tied
It's
at
only my
6.
5th game on stream, and it's already my 2nd game in extra innings. Thanks to anyone who's joining me. Appreciate you for being here.
Elliott
We're going to
Mitchell
the
will come on
10th inning.
defensively now
Elliott
as he
Mitchell's the
takes
second
over at
baseman.
second.
But again, going to the 10th inning here in Houston. I had the lead early after they took it from me, but I took it back. I had the lead until the 8th inning for anyone who's just joining us now. We are in the 10th.
How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt. That
Here's Ortiz. He had the home run in the 2nd.
Throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
A ball and no strikes. Here it is. Lifted into the air out
It's gonna
towards
drop.
center field.
No.
Stevenson
Oh, come
is
on
there,
now.
and he has it for the first out.
Need those bloops. We need the ball to drop like that on hit pipes like that.
Stepping
Carlos
into the
Ortiz,
box,
he had that big
Carlos
single as
Ortiz.
well. Not ideal spot here. We still have a chance to win this game. Of
First
course,
pitch of
it's
the
tied
at-bat
in the
on its
10th.
way. Now a fastball on the
98
inside
from
corner,
Russell.
and
I
he
do
takes
like
a
that they're
look at
using their
strike
closer
one.
here. Hopefully it burns him for the next game. We won't be playing Game 3 of this series, but again, I hope that
He's
for
ready. Here's
Sim
the
at least
0-1.
he's tired for the next
Oh,
game.
he had
That's
him
bad.
fooled
But
there.
still.
No balls and 2 strikes.
You got to be paying attention as an offense in a hitter's meeting in this situation. When you got a guy on the mound that you know the bottom can drop out of any pitch he throws,
Here's the
you
0-2
have
pitch.
to elevate your sights.
Here it comes on 0-2. And he fouls this one off. One out, nobody on. And he lays off the 0-2 splitter. 1-2 now.
And 1-2.
Now look out as that pitch sends him tumbling to the ground.
Maybe take one for the team there. Then I'd have a base runner. No, I kid. I like that animation too.
The 2-2 is looked
That's
at, and
3-2
the count
now.
moves full.
Just got to take, I guess.
Wow,
Is he
from
that tired?
0-2
Does he have
to
yellow?
3-2,
Does have
that
yellow
last
energy.
pitch on
Okay.
2-2 wasn't even close.
This is
He
second
had
inning out of
this
the
guy in
bullpen.
ropes, but
That's a
now he
walk.
let him
That's
right
what
back
we
into
need
this
right there.
at-bat.
Just get
And
base
he lays
runners
off
wherever we
all
can.
4. Now the
Big
potential
time walk.
go-ahead run is on base here.
Here's
Two ways to look
Schwabenland.
at this walk. If you're the hitting
0 for
coach,
2,
you
but he
say,
does have
that's a
2
great
walks.
AB.
He drove in a
Down
run on a
0-2,
ground
you
ball.
work the walk, but
That
if
was
you're
just a little
pitcher
bit
like
before
me, that's just a case
Rex
of
West
letting
had
a guy
that
off
double
the
for
hook,
that
and
single
that
in the
can really
4th.
frustrate you.
Christopher Schwabenland is in with 1 away now.
We
as
do
he
only
swings and
have
misses
1
here at
out,
strike 1.
so we can do something here. We could even think about stealing. It's Ortiz at first base. He has 83 speed, but only 14 stealing, so maybe that's not the
The
worry about
0-1.
that first step jump.
And low, it's a ball and a strike.
Man, that's
Again,
a
if you're
great
here,
deep
say
fade on
hi.
the backdoor
Appreciate
slider.
all the
Just
support.
missed the outside corner.
Let's
This
talk
guy
some
must have
baseball.
a
Let's talk
really
about
good
the
eye.
roster.
Most
Let's
guys
talk about
swing
this
at that
game.
pitch.
So we got 1-1 pitch from Russell to Schwabenland. I think it's going to be a fastball,
1-1
right?
pitch.
Nope. Again, as a manager, I'd really like to be able to edit managers. I want to be able to make old guys, make them look however I want them to look. Why not?
To 2-2 now. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A shot down the first baseline. But a foul ball as it holds it 2-2.
All right, 2-2. Now we use the splitter. I'm still thinking he's going to try to power fastball. Yeah, there it is. Robinson, I believe, had 2 homers in the first game we played. That one was in Toronto. So he's got the pop. Not there, though. This one has eyes, though. And I'm not going to risk it. I can't be thrown out of the base.
Go-ahead runs up to second now with only 1 away.
I'd at least try to manufacture the run. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that if I get thrown out at third. Here's Marte. Marte's a nice clutch hitter. 93 overall catch. He had a home run in the first game. He got a knock today, drove in a run, and scored one as well. Would love anything for the outfield here. Hopefully with eyes, line drive somewhere. I'm just thinking single. We just need a single because Ortiz at second has the speed to score on a single. So we just need a single. That's a pitch down. Oh, and I went back.
Now let's see. Runners may have thought about it, but they'll stay.
I usually just by default go back, so I didn't even think about it. He went back to second base.
Now the 2-1.
Oh no!
Down the corner and nearly a 3-run shot.
I hope you guys are on the edge of your seat too, because I am. That was the pitch to hit right there. Cutter right down the plate. There's a slider away now. Full from Marte. I do have to warn Mejia on deck. Thinking if he can hit for him at the 10. There's a full count to Marte first. This is the pitch that matters.
Fouled away.
Of course, that one I have to lay off. That was not a strike. Welcome back, Bullet. You came back at a good time.
Two-strike offering. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, Cole, that was the pitch.
Major bullet that time. 2 away.
There's so many pitches that were good pitches. Yeah, Marte just couldn't execute. So now I got to make a decision. Do I pinch it for Mejia here? So Mejia's 55-71 against right-handers. Darling's my backup catcher. He's not really much of a bat. Good discipline, but that doesn't matter as much except for with Sims. Jackson, probably not going to do it. Ziegler is probably worse than Mejia against righties. And then Chad Wood's probably the only legitimate option here. So 54-76. Or do I stick with Mejia, who's 55-71? Vision is just a little more for Wood as well. Thinking I'm going to do it then. With the DH to the spot, the position defensively doesn't matter as much. So let's try Wood. Just a little bit more power and a little bit more vision. I'm a little more comfortable with him at the plate too. So let's try that. Try Chad Wood pinch hitter. Again, the bench looks good against left-handers, but unfortunately this is a right-handed reliever. So let's try to get Wood and knock here. 2 outs, 10th inning, go-ahead run on second base.
Starts him out with a slider too low for ball 1. Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning.
Yeah, he's throwing a bunch of pitches this frame. That one, that's the one, let's go! Chad Wood, huge! Huge home run! Let's go! Love the bat slam too, that's huge. Big home run from Chad Wood. Pinch hit, 3-run home run for our shortstop here in the 10th inning off their closer. We take a 3-run lead. Huge 3-run home run, Chad Wood. Love it. Love the celebration. Love the emotion. Huge, and he threw so many pitches. Yes, Cole, yes, huge home run.
Boy, when this guy gets
Love
in
it.
a groove, he can
Look
hit
at this slam right here. Oh, come on, show it.
Hit a home run in last night's game.
It cuts off right before he clears the bat. Oh, that's good. A 401, 103.5 exit velo. Huge home run from Chad Wood. Great decision by me to have him pinch hit. Huge home run. we take a 3-run lead. I got to think about the bullpen. It's going to be Freddie Castillo. I'm scheduling him to pitch. That's going to save us a screen. It's Clark, Stevenson, and Risky for them. That's 3, 4, and 5. But I'll have a 3-run cushion. Yeah, Bullet, you came back at just the right time, buddy.
Webster. Now he'll try to bunt his way
Just the right time to see me do that, right?
And looking to improve on a
hope your walk was good. Hope the dogs are doing well. Or the dog, I don't know if you said multiple dogs. But again, huge home run, big time home run from Chad Wood. Chad Wood, 10th inning, 3-run, pinch hit home run.
And the pitch.
Yeah, you got to watch all the time, Bullet. I believe you were here when I won in Colorado too, right?
Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike.
Home run. Chad Wood. I'm not even thinking about this at that now because we had that big one from Wood just now.
Swing and he pops him up.
That looks like a knock, though.
Coming in,
it is.
but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass.
What's up, Solo? Welcome. This is a raid. Let's go. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Hope your stream went well. Thanks for stopping in. And welcome. Pre-35. Appreciate you commenting, coming in. I believe you're here with the raid. And then thanks. Yeah, this is one of my favorite shirts. Got it from Old Navy. I have a friend who works at Old Navy, so I got it a little cheaper. Got the nice Major League Baseball logo on it. I love it. Thank you for the follower. That's that man with the mic that followed. Thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome to Bacon's Fictional franchise. You came in at a good time. It's the top of the 10th inning. I just hit a 3-run go-ahead home run with Chad Wood. And we're rolling with the rest of this 10th inning, and then going to finish the bottom of the 10th. And I'll be playing a second game today as well. The Atlanta Kings play in Washington against the Nationals. Nationals throwing their ace. Thank you, Solo, for the raid. I appreciate it. So welcome anyone who is on here for the first time. I appreciate all of you dropping by. Go ahead and comment. Say how you're doing. I'm doing great, especially after that 3-run home run. It looks like this is dropping. No,
he's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side.
Yeah, I'll try to raid you sometime then too, Solo. I'm still working on learning how this all works. But if you're live when I'm leaving sometime, I'll try to do that. So here's Freddie Castillo. He's my closer.
He'll try to close this one out in the 10th.
Man with the mic, it's a nickname actually. Bacon is not even close to my name. But no, it's a childhood nickname. Bacon 96 from Operation Sports. And then this is Bacon's Fictional roster. Welcome. All right, 9th or 10th inning here. I got my closer. It's a 3-run lead with Freddie Castillo.
A high fastball is in there.
Castillo throws it up there. 97 for the first pitch.
In baseball, you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there.
And again, for anyone wondering, I should get to affiliate after today. I'll post the roster that I'm using in the roster vault in celebration of that. But I need to wait for Twitch to update first. Bacon's roster is amazing. That's right. 335. Yes, it is. It's a long project that I've been working on for a while. I'm glad that people like it. I'm glad that people play with it. I'm glad that you're here watching me play with it because I love this roster and I'm happy that there are people who like it too. That's actually true. What way to call me out there? My dad actually had a pet potbelly pig. And of course my uncle knows that, but sure a lot of you other viewers did not. And no, that's not related to why the roster or my name is Bacon. Again, my dad had a potbelly pig when I was young, but that's unrelated. Thanks for bringing that up. So we're 1 out away here. Risky was the guy who tied it. He can't do anything to keep this one, or he can't do anything to make us go to the 11th with just himself. He needs help from his teammates. So I'm no longer worried about him. Let's attack him right away. Castillo is a power arm out of the bullpen. I believe he's a franchise or a free agent in the first year of a franchise. Excuse me, I believe he's a free agent in the first year. So I got to think about re-signing him, or if we just completely tear apart this Spiders roster. I'm undecided on that. We'll talk about it once I get to the trade deadline. And that should do it. That is your ball game. We win 9-6 here. 9-6 is the final. I'm just going to put that in my sheet. Chad Wood is probably going to be a player of the game, right?
But hey, they're not
Does anybody else
fight as they lock up a nice road victory here in 10 innings.
9-6, the final.
Irish, no, I've never been to Canada, actually. I've never left the U.S., actually. That's kind of one of the things I want to do soon, but for certain reasons. But no, I've never been outside the U.S., so Canada's on my list, but I've never been. Solo, appreciate it. I'll show off the home jerseys real fast, too. These are the road ones. There is Chad Wood. He is player of the game. Adam Turner didn't get adjusted in the update, actually, Rogue. I left him as is. I like how OP Adam Turner is, and he needs to be for at least the first couple of years. He's only got a C potential, so he doesn't blow up necessarily, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. And then, yeah, GG's all around. Let's go. Big win right there. We're going to play on the 25th as well for the Kings. I'm going to show... I like eggs. Eggs are great. Eggs are so versatile, you can do anything with eggs. Appreciate the joke, too. So here are the Spiders uniforms. I'll show them real fast. Let's move my face. There we go. I can expand my thoughts on eggs if you want to hear more, Irish. But this is Felipe Zarate. This is what our home uniforms look like. Show the batting helmet. It's fantastic. I think they did a really good job with these uniforms, honestly. No, Irish, keep going if you want. I appreciate a good ribbon every once in a while. But there it is. These are our home uniforms. I'll show another player real fast. This is Paul Keyes. There we go. Appreciate anyone who's still here. We will be jumping into another game very shortly. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the cream. They're going to look a little different when we actually get into a game, but they're very cream. It's a very old school look. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I like the uniforms a lot. We'll look at the Kings real quick. Kings have a traditional look for the home. It's Kings in cursive. There it is. I've never met Kevin Bacon. No, that's unrelated to the roster as well. But appreciate the question. Kevin Bacon is not related to me. I don't know Kevin Bacon, and I've never met him. So there's Chase Parker. Show Miguel Cabrera. I believe he's our starter for this game. Same name as the great Venezuelan slugger. Irish, I'd like to see them do something like that. Honestly, the Spiders should be their new nickname if they're gonna change it like that. And I like the cream. I like the cream for a basic home jersey. And then they can expand from there. Do a red top, do a black top, do some other stuff. We'll see. But yeah, here's the Kings. Again, I keep bouncing back and forth. These are the only two teams I'm controlling. And yeah, Irish. Yeah, the cream is beautiful. For the Nationals, they're gonna have Kyle Redmond going. Solo, you don't like the Spiders though? Do you not like Spiders at all, or do you not like the idea? There's our road uniforms. You can see right here. I'm gonna save real fast, and then I'm actually gonna go fill my water again. So bear with me. It's gonna be just a couple minutes before. It's gonna be a couple minutes before I get back to the next game. So I'll be right back. Don't leave me, or do. But again, I'll be right back in just a minute. All right, I am back. Thanks for bearing with me there. Just took a couple minutes. Got my water here, and we are ready to go for game number 2. Thanks for joining me tonight. Beautiful Wednesday night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I hope you're somewhere better. But we'll jump into this one. The Atlanta Kings at the Washington Nationals. We're going to face another left-handed pitcher, Miguel Cabrera is my starter, and Kyle Redmond for them. 4-seam slider, changeup, 2-seam for Redmond. The lineup I'm not really going to mess with too much. I do want to get Ray in there, though. Or maybe not. No, I'll sit Ray. I just want to switch Aguilar and Dominguez. Dominguez shouldn't play right field. I'll have him in center. And they want me to take him out. Okay, so JC Ray is playing then. Have him bat 8th. Cool. Again, appreciate anyone who came over with Solo on that raid. Welcome to the stream, and thanks again for anyone who watched Game 1. We're bouncing into Game 2 right now with the Atlanta Kings. You can see in the bottom left there, Elijah Fujita is leading the Rookie of the Year standings, I guess. I don't even know what to call that. He's the front runner for the Rookie of the Year award at this point. Not in the lineup today. He's much better against
another edition of Major League Baseball. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store.
Oh, Mike, you just hates spiders in general. Okay, I got it. That's all right.
Stay tuned for Nationals baseball.
I would say everything is better wrapped in bacon. Yes, that's entirely correct. No way I'm disagreeing with that. Come on. Here is Kyle Redmond.
The native of Colorado gets the start on the mound. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
This guy's a fun guy to watch pitch. It seems like the more trouble.
Again, if you're not following me on Twitter, please do. It's Bacon's Fictional. No apostrophe, no spaces, no nothing. It's Bacon. That's Fictional.
That's one of the reasons why.
And then follow me here on Twitch. Anyone who follows me here as well. Here's Bobby Getz to start this one off. Getz is new in the roster. He's a free agent by default. Second baseman. I got him playing second base. I believe he also plays first, third, and all 3 outfield spots.
They come off another loss last
look at Mercer, the catcher as well.
They've dropped 3 of their last 4.
But Getz is better against left-handers.
Only by 1 run.
Those
are the tough ones. But I'm sure they've looked at the film, made a few adjustments.
And we're off and running. Looks like it's raining to start this one. Might mean we get a rain delay. I don't love that.
How do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Thanks again for anyone who's sticking around.
You got a cup of coffee in your hand. You look at the flags and they're blowing straight out.
Got Bradley Riddle
to the manager's office if your name's not in the lineup. It just takes 1 grain on that bat, and you got a potential 3-run bomb. Look out for these guys going deep today.
So Redmond's like a veteran pitcher. He's one of the better veterans in the roster. He stays around for a while. He should get in the Hall of Fame if he plays long enough. Decent left-handed pitcher. I believe he sticks with the Nationals for a while. I'm not sure what his contract is off the top of my head.
Fouled off. Wanted to go after the slider, but he holds off 3-1. So
again, I'll get to affiliate after today, so I'll post this roster in the vault. Look for it. I'll make a stream about it tomorrow as well. That's in celebration of getting to affiliate. I'll post the roster.
Inside corner and outside corner, not very consistent.
Yeah, but Larry's
the roster took about 4 years, for anyone wondering. Started in the fall of 2016, and I've been building onto it nearly every day since October 1st, so October, middle of October, something like that. I don't know the exact start date. But it was a long project and it's taken up a lot of my time, so I'm glad that a bunch of people who like it, and I'm glad that you're here watching me play with it. So welcome. Here's Chase Parker.
Chase Parker. So we take a look there at the difference in his numbers between June and July.
Cole, yes, it should be tomorrow. It should be tomorrow for the
first pitch of the at-bat.
For the roster. I'll do a stream about it. It depends. Once I get that notification from Twitch, it just needs to reset, and I should get to affiliate tomorrow. I should get to it today, and then once it resets, it'll give me the notification.
We don't see the umpires come out and bring the ground crew out here.
I have heard a green screen suggestion. I'm not entirely there yet. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about something like that. Space is, of course, an issue. You can kind of see my front door behind me. So
hey, you know the pitcher right now. He's looking for that
I'll have to
best
adjust
friend
some
at the
things
plate.
going forward.
This is where you have to really be disciplined at the plate and make sure that you get a pitch that's above the knees that you can get in the air.
Bullet, that's quite all right. Glad you're here for the end of the first one, and a lot of the first game actually. Love to see your name pop up in the chat later if you do decide to come back. Thanks for watching.
Fouled away.
And thank you for everyone else who's watching. Appreciate all of you for being here. Playing with Bacon's fictional roster. I am Bacon96 of Operation Sports. You can also find me on Twitter, Bacon's Fictional. I probably already said that 100 times. I'm going to have to say it 100 times more. That's ball 3 to Parker.
From him there.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at,
so
and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
I'm not a big fan of being super aggressive on the bases in the first, maybe 3 or 4 innings, especially when they don't need to be.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. But he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference.
Thanks again for anyone watching. We are the Atlantic Kings in this one, playing at Washington.
17 home
just the
runs
first inning. Joined at a good time.
Now a check swing, but he holds
glad I did.
time. Ball 1. Really
Franklin leads the team in home runs. He's got 17 of them.
Not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
Total agreement, Matt. In particular, that pitcher's mound. One of the things you have to really be careful, not just for the position.
Again, if anyone has suggestions for the stream, I appreciate it. Please do say something. Tell me what you think I can do better. Just starting this, so we'll see how much better it can get. How much
and he tries for the
more
backhand
we
reach
can
at
do.
third, but
I'm
he
going
gets
to go back
by
a
the
second. I
glove
don't really
down the
want to do
line.
that. That's McIntyre in left, though. He's a first baseman. He's their backup first baseman. No, he's kind of like a DH type Lamont McIntyre.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good 2-strike adjustment. Able to punch a ground ball through a hole for a single.
He's in right for us today.
Now to the plate.
That was the pitch I should have swung at. Oh my God.
The strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. 1-1. Here it is. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
Has to be a challenge.
I believe that field conditions do affect the players. There's a for people who have played the show in the comments, you could probably answer this better. But there are rain delays, and I believe it does affect, like you saw the animation of the throw to third. It does affect some throws, and it does affect some
Not a good spot to be in right
some
now.
slides, I believe. But I'm not entirely sure how much more it really affects the way that the game plays beyond aesthetics. If I'm being honest. Don't exactly know. And yeah, Franklin's forearms. Yeah, there are all player types in this game. There's even the guys that are built.
Effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
Okay, he dropped it though. There you go. That's the animation I'm talking about. Again, like I don't think he has trouble with that one under normal conditions, but he did because of the rain there. I might be wrong. I honestly don't know. There's no way for us to tell. But that's a possibility. Here's Miguel Cabrera. I'll move my face. There I am in the bottom right now.
What's the word on him?
Hey, man, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been
Cabrera's not done great. 4.01 ERA, 139 innings, 7-10 record. Again, those are traditional stats, so it's not really the way that you necessarily rate pitcher, but those are the ones that they show. Gordon Landry to start for them. National second baseman. He's a free agent after year 2, I
Gordon Landry,
one
one of the better hitters
Is he
in
a
the
free agent
league
after
this
year
year.
1? I think he is actually.
Seventh in the National League.
Seventh in the NL in batting average, 297. He's got 10 homers. He's got on-base percentage. He's got 4.14. That's a very nice on-base percentage.
And he's a big part of this offense. So
that's
there's more to
from
this
off
guy
base,
than just swinging a bat. He can get on base too.
I really like the Nationals up the middle. Their second baseman and shortstop are both very good. I believe Thompson is actually batting second. If not, he's probably third then. But those are probably the best second and third, or second shortstops, like combination in the roster. Yeah, Tompkins is third. I was right about that. Ben Brown is second. He's one of the new guys in the roster. He'll bat next. He's a Canadian utility man for the Nationals, primarily a shortstop.
And a look now at the
Canadian
hometown
utility
Nationals
veteran. I believe he's a free agent.
Be able to tell us about this lineup as they try to force a rubber match in the series.
Yeah, you take a look at this lineup they're running out today, and they got their work cut out for them with the sinker baller on the mound on the opposite side.
Again, playing with Bacon's fictional roster. I am Bacon 96. I made this roster. We are the Atlantic Kings.
4 to 6 inches off the inside half, or he's going to have a field day pounding that sinker in there. Should be interesting to see right out of the chute.
Brown was a 5th round pick in 2007. I love when they show things like that, just in the bottom right corner real fast. Tell me anything about it and let me be able to edit it. I'd like to be able to edit that, but I can't.
Now a good pitch around the knees, but
really
it doesn't
cool.
quite catch the bottom of the zone.
That's great recognition right there.
No, the Washington baseball team I can change it to the Washington baseball team. But Nationals is probably the best name you could come up with for a Washington team, right? Maybe the Capitals would be good too. But yeah, I could change it. I'm not going to. And you could change it as well.
Bases are empty, one man out.
We're at 1-2 against Brown. He's not much of a hitter, so we're going to try to power fastball by him.
This is on the ground over to first. Fielding it cleanly, and he'll take it on to the
quick
bag
outs.
himself. 2 gone now here in the first.
Batting third, not shortstop, Howard.
Here's Tompkins.
In now for Washington, Howard Tompkins, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
He's batting really well too. I didn't even notice. Are the Nationals leading the division?
Here's the pitch. A ball and no strikes.
Second on the Nationals with 28 doubles. Who has more than 28 doubles right now? We're near the All-Star break. Again, for anyone joining me, I simulated up until the All-Star break. Hey, thanks for the follow. Who was that? I didn't see who that was. Appreciate the follow, though. Thank you.
But they always say with the man coming up, the number 4 hole monster, as soon as he steps in the batter's box, there's a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, so we're just before the trade deadline right now. So I got some big decisions to make about the trade deadline, make about the future of these 2 franchises.
Anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
1-0 the count. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. 2 out with the man at first.
I'm gonna stay away. Let's get fastball away again. That was not what I wanted.
The opposite way.
Oh, and Cook's not even gonna get close to it.
He can't get it in left, and this is gonna skip right.
He's gonna give up a run then. So Cook is a terrible defender. That throw is not even close. That was a bad route as well. But on top of it, he's a very bad defender. So he just compounded it. Not good. Not a good decision on my part. Not good. So they're going to take the lead here. Just in the first inning. Here's Colin Pickers.
Stepping in now, Colin Pickers.
Not a good pitch either.
Swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play.
Try to stay away. Some weak contact. Oh, come on.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Again, thanks for anyone who's watching. Appreciate all of you. Welcome to the stream. Bacon's fictional franchise. Playing with the Atlantic Kings here in Washington. I'm already down 1 run in the first inning. Got a veteran team here, and they're underachieving, to say the least. There's a few guys who should have a little different numbers, and the team probably could be in a different position if they were performing a little better. Which includes the man on the mound right here, Miguel Cabrera.
Runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2.
Probably a fastball pass.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field.
Oh, he didn't get to that one either. Come on, man.
They try to score.
So my left fielder is going to be the reason I give up 2 runs here.
As a run will score on the play as well.
That is good.
I guess their scouting reports on this guy were dead on because it's already 2-0 in the early going.
Yeah, I am fairly new to Twitch. I've watched for a while, but I haven't really exactly tried to stream. I haven't been showing my face as Bacon much until recently. Cole's a VIP because he's here nonstop. That man watches all these streams. He retweets, so that's how you get the MVP for my Twitch.
Standing in now,
right there. We'll appreciate you. We're gonna get.
Up.
Oh, come on! How do you not get to that?
This one. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Swing and a ground ball to third.
Nice play there by Chuck Souza, though. That's good. Chuck Souza isn't the greatest defensively, and he can't really move his feet, so we're happy to get out of the frame there without any more damage.
Back with more on this fine
Again, thanks for anybody who's here. You're watching me lose in Washington. Or at least I'm behind in Washington, not necessarily going to the
second inning coming up,
just
and
the first
Heidi
inning.
Watney
Well, now
has
the
an
second
update
inning.
for us on the weather forecast.
Matt, I am hearing that heavier rain is expected to pass through the ballpark at some point later in the game. The umpiring crew would, of course, like to get this one in uninterrupted, but it is possible that we could be looking at some sort of a delay if they determine the weather is impacting the play on the field.
Okay, so Heidi said it's not going to last too long,
Thanks. We'll hope for
but
the
it should
best,
blow
of course,
through.
but guys, you have to
So we might not get a delay in this one. That's going to affect my roster here, or my pitching situation, I should say.
They're going to have to watch their spikes. They're going to have to maybe
So we'll see. I want to get Cabrera to
get that extra grip.
Natitude, yeah, Natitude is the Nats, like
you just can't
saying
lose
for
starting pitchers are the ones that are going to have the most problems.
like it's like their rally cry, I guess is the best way to call that.
1-1.
You know he wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2. Didn't get it though, so now you have to make it.
Nationals are also a pretty good team if you're going to start a franchise.
2 balls and a strike.
They got a couple of my favorite prospects. They got the top prospect, Kazuhiro Suzuki at shortstop. He's kind of more of a second base type, but he plays shortstop, primarily a shortstop. And then Jordan Wildheart, one of my favorite names in the roster, is a center field prospect. He turns out to be pretty good as well. A potential center fielder. He just takes some time because he's so young. That's again intentional as well. You want to have some longer term prospects take their time getting there. And, oh my gosh, that is not a strike. That's a slider off the plate. Both of my strikeouts looking. This one looks off the plate further than the last one. That's why we need pitch framing too. That is a strike though. Okay, I didn't like it, but that's a strike.
Into the box, Chuck Souza.
Again, personalized umps, so sometimes that's a ball, even if the catch is part of the zone.
Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1.
What, Souza? He's in the lineup for his bat. Hasn't been performing well. That's
in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Not much you can do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
Fouled away.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
On the ground to the left
There's
side.
a knock from Souza. Let's go. I'm happy with singles from him. That's enough. Just get on base.
For this man. He needs to put that on the mantle. He's been struggling.
This
season
tough
hasn't
time,
gone according to plan, but he's staying pot committed and grinded out a nice knock.
Have him do the hits whenever he can. So here's Ray in the 8th spot.
At the plate now, J.C. Ray, as he will take strike.
Ray's one of my better hitters. He's struggling against left-handers though.
First shot for him here with a runner.
Again, one of the guys who seems to be underachieving. 784 OPS only, should be higher. With good defensive center fielder, defense never slumps. What's the saying? Speed never slumps. Well, defense doesn't slump either.
Hey, if he's going to get swings and misses at balls up and out of the zone, he's going to continue to go there.
Turned on, but it's wide at first and foul. Runners on first with 1 down. A ball and 2 strikes. Two and 2.
Again, welcome to anyone who is here. Appreciate you for being here. This is Bacon's fictional franchise. I am Bacon96. playing the Atlanta Kings at the Washington Nationals, down 2 in just a second.
Here now the 2-2. And he popped him up. Tompkins has a play.
Bad PCI placement.
And he makes the catch for the second out.
And here's Cabrera. So we'll at least get to clear the pitcher spot here in the second. Start with the top of the order if he makes an out, and that's perfectly all right. I did give him the real Miguel Cabrera's batting stance as well. The name's pretty obvious, and I just bumped Venezuela. So it's not exactly a nod to Miguel Cabrera, the real Miguel Cabrera, but that just happens sometimes where phonetically you're going to have a guy with the same name. And there are a few of them in the roster like that. I think Eric Burns in the roster, if you guys know Eric Burns from the 90s and 2000s.
Way inside with that
former Major League player, now works for MLB Network.
And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired.
And again, just have to clear the pitcher there at least.
Half of the second
That's perfectly all right.
And now it'll be
try to get going in the next inning.
Mercer.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to.
Mercer's one of the better
as much as they can
catchers in the
moving into the
roster.
later innings.
Big time power guy, not much of defense.
Too low, 1-0.
Count 1-0.
Good fastball.
Yeah, the fans are wearing jackets, but they don't really care too much about the rain, it seems. And there's a lot of them. So yeah, I'm thinking it's not raining as hard as it seems.
The 1-1
Or it's a video game and it doesn't matter what the rain looks like.
pitch is popped up. Souza is under it.
Souza's easily in good track.
One down.
Hop up on the infield for the first out. Here's our defense. We're really bad apparently. Yeah, 15th still in the NL. Riddle at least won a Gold Glove in 2019. That's cool. I wish I could edit that too. That's another thing from my rant from the first game. Why can't I edit, accolades on a player card? Give me the option to edit everything on a player card. Give me a page that says like career accolades.
As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball one.
That would be great.
McMahon is a guy that can really pick him up.
He's a little bit more of a fourth outfielder type. Not exactly the starter you'd want in center field, but if he's serviceable,
works for him in a lot of ways,
he's
like
better.
you said, Matty.
Yeah,
It's the ball on the ground. He has the potential to beat it
like
out. I
McMahon,
can't tell you what this does for an infield or an outfield
Oh, it's only
defense
2-1
to be
now.
put on their toes and have to make plays against
Still
this
went
guy.
after it. And I got a slider.
And after
Is
being
it a
way
curveball? No,
ahead,
it's
now
just
it's
a
even
slider.
at
It's a
2
good
and 2.
slider.
And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3 and 2. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner.
Come on, I can throw a fastball by him, right?
But it winds up a foul ball.
3-2, just challenge him with a fastball.
And this is lifted high in the air
And
down the
knock it
right
down.
field line.
Oh,
But
no,
this
he's
will
not.
land untouched.
Had to dive for it, all right.
Balls in this AB. Pitcher
Oh,
cannot
dude,
find anywhere
okay.
to go to put
He
this
changed
guy
it
away.
3-2.
Hit on the
Right
ground
after
to
that
short.
one, here's Riddle, good
Got it.
defensively.
And
Makes
there's
the
out
play on
number
an
2.
82 speed center fielder. Thanks again for anyone watching. Glad you're here. We're playing the Atlanta Kings at the Washington Nationals. I am the Atlanta Kings. I am Bacon96. Created this
Next to
roster.
hit will be
Bacon's
the pitcher,
fictional roster.
Kyle Redmond.
He's their pitcher, Kyle Redmond. Gave him a stance that's new in the update. I mentioned that on the probably was it the last stream. The last time I played with the Kings, I mentioned it, where I used to have like do yourself there. Used to have every pitcher have a generic stance, and then a few of them, like the good hitting ones, would have their own stance. But I'm working on adding stances for every pitcher. Just it looks better aesthetically. It's a little more realistic to what real life is like, because there's not 100 players that all have the same batting stance. So it's just to add more variation to make it look a little better. Of course, if you play with the DH on, that's not going to matter too much to you, but nonetheless, it's just an improvement that I decided to make that I felt was necessary for the immersion of the fictional roster.
Good fastball as he gets the swing and a
Usually
miss.
don't go after the high one.
Hey, that's the modern game right now. North-south. Elevate that high fastball.
And then there's the low
Bury
one
stuff
right
in
for
the
a
dirt.
strike.
Completely
How does it
different
always work
from
like that?
the
You swing at the
East-West
one you
we came
shouldn't
up
swing
playing.
at, and you lay off the one that's beefy.
Pulls this one in the air out to left.
I didn't get this one. That was a contact swing.
McIntyre is
Usually
there, and he
contact
has
swing
it
on
for
those
the
two.
out.
Talked about that in the first inning.
Now batting, number 9.
At the plate,
Not
Bradley
ideal. Not a good
He
output
drew a
right there.
walk his first time up.
He's
Now
riddled
here's
with
the
a
pitch.
walk the first time.
And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball one.
Hot in his last three though. 3 for 9. His last three.
Tried to get the arms extended,
Not
but
a
he
good pitch
couldn't.
swing. I don't know why I went after that one.
One out, nobody on. Strike two, swinging just out in front of the slider.
That front door slider is a devastating pitch. By the time you realize it's in the zone, it's too late.
Yeah, I'm way
You
off
can't even
balance
put
in
a good
this game.
swing on it.
Giving up those 2 runs early was not good because I don't know how much I'm going to score off of Redmond.
Now here it comes.
Again, Redmond, one of the better left-handed pitchers in the roster. He is tough for me to hit. Doesn't throw hard. That's kind of one of the things that I don't like to hit against.
So
Guys
full
who throw
count now.
slower than the,
Not a time to
94,
fool around right now.
95,
With a
like
3-2 count with
average,
the
I
middle
guess.
part of the order coming up. Expect a good pitch to swing at.
He's just got really good
Making
control
him
of all
sweat
of
out
his
there.
pitches.
The seventh pitch coming up. Now a half swing,
Yeah,
but it's strike
that was
three
another
anyway,
strike.
says the home plate
Another
umpire.
big
And
strikeout
that's
for
out
Redmond.
number
That's
two.
4.
The catcher, number 13.
Digging in for his second at bat. Chase.
I guess that's a K looking then, right? Yeah, I didn't swing.
Last time through.
Yeah,
Should have swung
today's
at that,
game,
of course.
Certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking.
I'll
Expect
be
him
honest,
to
I'm
be a
lost
little
here.
bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
Into the corner and slicing foul. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Boy, he sped him up in this at-bat. Now it's time for the changeup. This guy's got a good one, and he hasn't thrown it yet in this at-bat.
And another foul ball. Got to take advantage of that pitch right there. 0-2 breaker hanging over
Make
the
sure to
heart
follow
of the
me
plate.
on
Not gonna
Twitter.
see
It's
too many of
Bacon's
those
Fictional.
today.
The 1-2.
No spaces, no apostrophes. Bacon as Fictional.
Well, this is just one of those grinder at-bats right here. He worked the count even to 2-2.
And if you know me from OS, appreciate you for being here. I hope that people from OS are watching. A lot of people who like the roster on
Trying to
there.
send him packing for the second
Appreciate
time.
you.
And a fastball swung on.
And I'm not on
Set
Redmond
him
here at
down
all.
for the
That's 5
second
strikeouts
time here
in 3.
tonight.
He's not even a big strikeout pitcher. He's still got 5 strikeouts in 3. Not good. Not a good start. Back to the top of their lineup. Gordon Landry.
Landry. He flew out in his
917
last
is what his
at-bat.
OPS is.
Jordan.
Or 910, excuse me. 910 OPS.
Here
That's
comes
a
the first
fantastic
pitch.
OPS. So he's someone to think about, and yeah, lots of walks. Someone to think about then in free agency. Gordon Landry, big time speed guy.
This pitch is
He's
popped
good
up,
enough
and
defensively.
this is taken in for out number 1. So one gone now as we give
And
you
there
a
we go.
look
There's
at
the
where these
standings
two
like I
teams
was
find
asking.
themselves
Washington's
entering
actually
play in
last.
the National League's
Oh,
Eastern
okay. So
Division
the
race.
Mets first, then the Marlins by half a game. We're 6.5 back. Then it's Philadelphia and Washington. Just in case you can't read, there you go. That's what it is. So we're
Now in
third
the
place.
box, Ben Brown. He got on top of one and was a ground out
Ben
victim
Brown,
last time.
again, one of the new guys in
Ready
the
to
roster.
deliver. Here's the first pitch.
I should show his player card. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? He
Aguilera
still gets
back
to it.
in plenty
Okay.
of time
He
to
locked
put
on
this
right away, and I
away,
didn't know he was
however,
locked,
and
so
there are two gone.
I got off of the line drive and still made the correction to get to it.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions
So,
aren't ideal.
glad I
with
caught
rain
it.
coming down,
Here's
and
Howard
that
Thompson.
can make every play
0-5.
a
He
little
single
bit of
scored
an
the
adventure.
first run of the
You
ball
really
game.
have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
Howard Tompkins will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind.
If anyone has questions about the roster, questions about my franchise, go ahead and comment. I'll answer anything. Lots of things to be curious about. I started in 2016. been in the vault every year since.
Freezes
That's a
him at the
beautiful
plate. A
little
called third strike, and the inning comes to a close.
I'm mainly a franchise
Nationals
player. I
gone in
love
order.
franchise.
They're
This
on
is a
top,
franchise
2-0.
right here. Top of my wish list is going to be to add custom leagues or add custom rosters to custom leagues. I'd love to run a custom league, an online custom league with my rosters, and that's definitely at the top of my wish list. And that's a big
center base hit.
And we're just getting singles with eyes. That was a good one to hit to start the inning. There's our hits leaders. J.C. Ray's at the top. He's almost at 100 for the season. And of course the rest. Bobby Getz has been great for us. Got 58 of them. Raider, no, I actually didn't. So yesterday I had some technical difficulties when attempting to stream. You may have noticed if you have notifications on. So I didn't upload it. I should get to affiliate once Twitch updates. So the roster should be in the vault tomorrow. I'll probably do that on stream. I'll actually upload it on the stream. So if you get a notification for it tomorrow, that's probably what that is. This is going to be... Ooh! Oh, it didn't get the out at second. Let's go. That's how you start a rally. The weird little dribbler the second baseman can't handle. That's a hit. So Raider, yeah, to answer your question, no, it's not in the vault yet. I will be uploading it very soon once I get the notification that I'm in Twitch affiliate. Yes. Glad you're here too, buddy. So let's look at the replay of that real fast. I won't usually do this, but let's just check it out. Landry just can't handle it. It looked like it was going to get past him, then it didn't. So it hit off his glove, it looks like, and it just dribbles. So then Tompkins goes and picks it up, and he's late to the base. It is a force out, but he tries to tag him. And that's just weird animation, so that's why he's safe. So we'll take it. 2 runners on. I got Gavin Cook, big time power here. Gavin Cook, a power swing on 0-0. It's a good pitch in the middle. It's not at ball 1. But Gavin Cook, I believe, had a home run. Did he have a home run in both the games I played before? I know he had one in the first game in Colorado. But big home run hitter. Little guy, but big power. We'll look at his card real fast. Better against lefties. Good contact against lefties as well. And then it's 99 power left. Terrible defense. He's obviously in there to hit bombs. And that's exactly what I need.
There's a drive.
Again, exactly what I need. Let's go. It looks like the runners are going. It's in the gap and it's over the fence.
And goodbye.
This a big 3-run home run again. Gavin Cook. That's how you turn this one on its head. Just like that. Gavin Cook will take the lead 3-2. Home run to left center field. 100.1 off the bat. 414 feet. Big time home run.
Boy, talk about how
we take the lead. I was not feeling good against Redmond. I'm very happy that we got this rally going. And exciting to get the 3-run home run right there. Massive shot. Second pitch from Kyle Redmond, and it was a changeup. Yeah, Cole, huge hit right there. Again, really changes the way you feel about the game when you get a 3-run home run like that. Because it's different if it's a solo shot, but that's a 3-run home run. Clutch hit with the runner in scoring position from my big-time power bat, Gavin Cook. And I have a love-hate relationship with that. Gavin Cook with the home run. Nothing doing on that change there. Fly ball to center for nothing. Again, thanks for being here, everyone who is watching. Should be a good one. It's a 1-run ball game. Either Road to the Show report or the Washington Nationals. Just look at that. Yeah, the runners knew it was gone too. Yeah, and then once I realized it was so far in the gap, I wanted to make sure that they scored as well.
So now to the plate, J.C.
But yeah, that was launched. That's not a good pitch for strike one. But yeah, big home run right there. We take the lead here in the 4th.
Down and away, ball 1.
1-1.
3 runs already home here.
Huge home run. Redmond's thrown a bunch of pitches.
Swing and a miss, and he's behind
not a good swing there. It's or not a good pitch to swing at. The swing was okay early, but it was a slider. This is the 75th pitch from Redmond.
To lay off there, but he did,
That's
and it's even
extra.
up at 2-2.
Talking about that in the first game. Really want to have the opposing pitcher throw a bunch of pitches. He's going to get to.
Not much behind this as
He
his
gets
ball
to that.
is looped over
He's going to
toward
probably
first,
get to
and this will
80
get
for
taken
the
in at
game in
first
this
for the
inning.
second out of the inning.
Now batting, the pitcher, Miguel Marte.
Now to the plate, the pitcher,
Cabrera's even hitting ball. Look at that.
Cabrera comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
His OPS is that's interesting for a pitcher. That's
Ready
great.
with the first
Look at his
pitch,
chart
here it
real fast.
An outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
Just real fast. There's your player card. And there's the hitting. And good hitting pitcher. Not great hitting stats. I have much better hitting pitchers, but good hitting pitcher. Vision's only 12. That's fine. Contact rate is 30. I'd like to do something to that.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
Yeah, the home run in the last game was huge. 10th
Bases
inning.
are empty here with 2 men out.
But yeah, 3-run home runs really turn the game on its head, just like that. You know, like a solo shot's not going to kill you, but a 3-run home run is a backbreaker. And that was nobody out. That was the first
thinking more about that than the task at hand.
Same thing with Astros too. If you get a home run in extra innings for multiple runs, that's
and he'll get there
you
in
love to
plenty
see
of
it.
time to put this one away, and that ends the
Here's
inning.
the replay. Gavin Cook.
But the big blow of the inning comes right
He's
here.
up right down the middle.
Home run. Bottom of the fourth coming up. The Kings
love to
lead
see
this
it.
one 3-2.
Gavin Cook. So we're midway through the fourth.
Leading off the inning, Bo Sorensen. And
Sorensen, he drove in the first run, and then I believe he scored the second run.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And that misses for ball 1.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
Yeah, this is where you need to shut down inning.
Hit on the ground to short.
Get to that one, too. Let's go.
And an
He does. Big time throw right there.
He takes one away. Wow.
For example, quirks on the player stats screen. Yeah, let's check out a couple players here. So quirks affect how like little things happen. So if you have like a day game, certain players like just play better during the day. So we'll just go through some quirks here. Here's JC Ray, so unfazed. That's him excelling with 2 strikes. I can't edit that one. So quirks, it'd be great if you could edit quirks because I could really, again, add more personality to these players where like, you know, he's just not a good day hitter, like kind of thing, something like that. But yeah, unfazed, hitting with 2 strikes. I can't edit that. That's tied to the cap itself. 20/20 vision is tied to the vision attribute, so you see it's at 87. That's why his vision's so good. And then the hitting machine is tied to contact. I think that's for both contacts. Once you get to a certain, I think it's an average of 75. He's a hitting machine. Bomber is for home runs. Sniper is for arm accuracy. Pressure cooker is the clutch attribute. You see it's 90 for Franklin right there. And the night player again is one that's tied to the cap. So that'd be another one where I'd like to be able to edit how how a player performs during the nighttime. Here, Chuck Sousa's a homebody. That's also tied to the cap. Can't do anything with that in the player editor. Same with Fighter. Performs better than the 9th inning or later. Same thing. Just like I can't edit that. Walker is for discipline for Chase Parker here. And then Vacuum is for blocking. There's his blocking 91. That's a catcher attribute. I don't think that you can give the blocking, the Vacuum quirk to players who aren't primarily a catcher. I've tried to do it before because there's a few guys who have catcher as a secondary position and then actually are better at catcher than they are at their primary, depending on what your preference is exactly. I just prefer to play guys at their primary positions as much as I can. There's Aguilera again. I talked about those two already. Quick reflexes for Salazar. That is reaction. And then arm strength for Cannon. You can see his arm strength is 98, which is fantastic arm strength right there. We're going through all the quirks real fast. Platoon is one of my favorite ones. That's when you got to really pay attention to it. If you're trying to learn the roster quick, I'd say go through the quirks because you can just really quickly run down what they're really good at, what players have specifically, and then look at their attributes as well. So you see that Dominguez is a platoon player, and he excels against left-handed pitching. And then quick reflexes, he should be a good defensive center fielder because of his excellent reaction. Here's Bobby Getz, first pitch hitter. That's another one of my favorite ones. Just really good at hitting the first pitch that's tied to the calf. And then situational hitter, same thing, tied to the calf. Just really good at hitting with a runner at third base with less than 2 outs. That's a situational hitter. So let's bounce back to the team.
He'll try to follow up the double in his last
But yeah, corks have a lot bigger of an impact than some people think, especially when it comes to like the fastball hitter or the breaking ball hitter, or if a guy has both fastball hitter and breaking ball hitter, he just excels at both pitch types. And those are the guys that are really scary. And I wish that I could edit that because I want to make some bad players with good hitting quirks, and good players with bad hitting quirks or no hitting quirks, and it really will change the level of hitter each guy kind of is because of that. These quirks are really actually a big deal. Here's 2-2 to Vickers. Again, one of the big themes with the stream is going to be me pleading to Sony San Diego that I can edit more things. That's literally all I want is I want to be able to edit every single thing about every single player. Give me all the editing functions that I can possibly have. Let me edit options. Let me edit service time, which is new this year. Thank you. Let me edit accolades, career player card, player stats, just anything, and we can really get this rolling. And to the next level above where it's at right now. And thanks for bearing through my rant. I know some people don't really care about that as much, but it's something that really matters to me. Here's fastball up from Cabrera.
Fly ball out toward left center field. Long run for the center fielder. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
No, they're tied to the creative player. So it means that so the cork is tied to whoever you started with, whoever like the base cap was.
Into the box now.
Because I just pulled guys from a live roster. Like I pulled random, not entirely random, but for the most part random, like minor leaguers from the normal roster, and then edited them a bunch, added service time and stats and everything. But I can't edit them anymore because I'd have to redo the entire cap, and I can't exactly do that with how the game's set up now. But I'd like to be able to edit all of it so I can kind of do a universal reset and adjust it to how I want it to be adjusted for future versions, if that makes sense. Good question, George, of course.
That one's in there on the black, 2-1. We're in the fourth. 3-2 is our score.
I'm in a much better spot with pitches with Cabrera here than they are with Redmond. I still don't expect him to come out. He'll probably pitch at least one more, and then their pitcher spot will come up in the dead.
Hit on the ground out to short.
Short-handed shortstop makes the play. There's two nice pick by my first baseman.
This side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Washington.
Yep.
Still a 3-2 ball game.
So yeah, if I were to edit the quirks, it'd have to be a different cap, but like the same player, if that makes sense. It's just it's too much work for something that doesn't change.
And I'm sure the starter on the mound.
Nationals do have the bullpen going. We'll take a look at that real fast. Opponent's bullpen. It is Manny Quezada. He's the one on the back, and in the front is David. Couple good arms for the Nationals. They have a lot of depth as well. It looks like Zetterberg is currently their closer. That makes no sense to me. I would not have him close. Cam Green is the best of their relievers. He should be the closer. I don't know why they bring in Wooten because they're behind here, but he could perform as a stopper. Nonetheless, this is one of my favorite bullpens. I like Duarte a lot. They have a couple other guys who are like right there in terms of being an impact bullpen arm. The Nationals are one of the better bullpens. There you go. Show the bullpen right. Okay. Thanks again for anyone who's here. We're talking about how bad the Nationals are.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Also approaching 3 hours for the stream. Thanks for being here. If you've been here for the whole time,
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center.
I appreciate you.
Fielder is on
Appreciate
the
the
move.
support.
He
And
gets
thank you
there and
for
makes the play
watching.
for the first out.
Number 9.
If you are new, say hi. I'd like to know who's watching. We're at a good number of viewers right now. Have been the whole time, so thanks for being here. I should get to affiliate after tonight, so the roster will be up tomorrow for anyone who's joining. Riddle was a first-round pick in 2005. I like that. I like when they show stuff like that. Again, I can't edit that. That's tied to the cap as well. I really like to be able to edit that. So I can say who was first-round pick
He's in the midst
when.
of his
I
14th
couldn't
major league
change that.
season, so I guess you could say baseball has been good to him.
Yeah, Matty, no kidding right there. I'll tell you what, the grind to get to the big leagues is so hard. Guys just want
So that rally in the fourth was pretty much it. It's not really going well now against Redmond. I don't think that they'll have him keep going. He's only at 87 pitches now, but I don't see it pitching another inning down.
Is in for the
We're
third
playing
time as he
National
looks at a
League
ball high. It's 1-0.
Assumption is they'll pinch hit for him when
Look
he comes up
out,
this
2-0
time.
now.
Pretty easy takes to start out this at bat. None of those pitches were even close to the strike zone.
Too high, and it's
3-0. Second going up.
3-0.
I'd be shocked.
Again, follow me on Twitter if you're not already. It's Bacon Fictional. No spaces, no apostrophes. Trying to build that community up. So I'll post a lot of information about the roster. And of course, when I'm streaming.
But you don't want to miss over the heart of the plate in this situation.
Is it 3-1?
I gotta believe he's going to be way more aggressive right here.
Yeah, that's a walk.
And that one's taken outside for a ball. He walked him. So no 1-2-3 inning here. They've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
Here's Franklin. He's 2 for 2. This is the one guy that actually knows what he's doing here against lefties. I don't think he's better against lefties, is he? He is. Not much, but a little bit. Okay. Got some hot zones here and there. All right. And the wind is blowing out. I didn't notice that until just now. I think I turned down the wind slider. Again, playing with my own sliders as well. I can throw those in the vault if people really want to see how they look and see how they feel. And then I'm on Hall of Fame difficulty for both pitching and hitting. You got the PCI on, but you can't see it. You see in the bottom left right now, but again, it's not on the actual screen.
Here comes the 1-1,
So just trust me
and he
when I say
fouls
it's
this
on.
one off.
And then pitching is metered. You'll see that in just a minute when I make the third out.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Hit pretty well out toward right center field. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk.
We're halfway home. We got the lead by 1 run.
That ends the inning.
7, 8, and 9 for them. Again, I still think they're going to pinch it for Redmond. So we'll see
And
about
back in our
that.
nation's capital, before we
Quick
get too
talk
much
to
further
Heidi.
on the field, let's check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Nationals manager Dave Martinez between innings, specifically about his club's offense to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
All right, here we go for the bottom of the 5th inning. I'm going to move my face back. There I am back in the top right, I hope. And here is TJ Mercer. 7, 8, 9. I'm going to leave Cabrera going for a while still. We should get this inning and then probably one more. I don't think we'll get to his spot. Again, you got to worry about that in National League play. And I like it. I like the thought of like managing with pitchers hitting. Especially because there's some pitchers that can actually handle that.
And he just misses inside with the fastball.
But I didn't want to do it for both teams. I like the rules with how they are with the American League and the National League.
Late swing there at the breaking.
But in real life, I'm all for the DH coming to the National League, especially as the Brewers need it. Brewers need help like that.
I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to
Big
the
time
next one.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, man. He's one of my favorites.
Man,
Mostly
he's
because
got
of his
feet.
stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on
Easy
any given
first
day.
pitch swing.
So
Thank
what
you
he
for that.
offers up there, it's
Appreciate
just
it.
nasty. There aren't many
Cabrera's only
hitters
at 58
like to
pitches,
see
so
this
he's in
guy
a
on the
great
mound.
spot. And then, yeah, they are going to pinch hit, so I was right about that. They're taking out Redmond here after he pitched 5 innings. This is B.J. Bentley, show his player card. He was new this spring, I believe. I think he was on the last update, the summer update. Much better against left-handers, just a utility infielder. Then I'll show his hot zones real fast. Move my face. There you go. Just decent against left-handed pitching. He stays in the majors for a little bit if you give him a shot. They're not the greatest threat offensively necessarily. And of course, he's a speed guy. One of the few guys that actually worked with the Dread. Like I try to assign those to more players just for variation, and I just can't seem to get them to look right. I'm not sure if that's my fault or if the Dread just look bad. But I think he looks good with the Dread look.
And that will end up
a foul ball. We're talking about Cavs.
2 out, nobody on. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Again, Cabrera's in a really good spot with pitches.
As a pitcher, you've got to be hunting for the strikeout, knowing you have this guy way off balance.
95 on that one. Cabrera can't get it up there. Again, say hi if you're watching. Appreciate the support. Thanks for being here.
Ball 2.
We should be getting to affiliate once Twitch updates it, and then we'll put that roster in the vault tomorrow.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Having a hard time putting this hitter away here, and when I was looking at the tape on him,
really got to take care of Bentley.
This is what I saw a lot of. He's not closing the door on guys, and when that's the case, they eventually get a pitch that they can do something with.
I don't like that. Now here's Landry.
So he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done.
I think he's going to steal. Okay.
So the Nats lineup turns over and to the plate.
For the step. Bentley is at 87 speed
after the 2-out walk.
89 stealing. I don't think he'll go on the first pitch.
He's set. Here it comes.
Did.
Easy take there on the sinker, well off.
There'll be lots of fastballs to Landry. He's an all-star this year.
This is where you got to take
stock
in a situation. Adjust your batting gloves and realize you need a gapper to score this guy.
Again, like that should be on the player card. I want to know when he's an all-star. I want to be able to edit who's an all-star or when they were an all-star, kind of stuff like that. Landry's been in the league for what? I think it's 5 years. Why can't I edit which years he's been an all-star, when he was a silver star, if you want a gold glove, stuff like that. Like, give me the option to give you a chance to get to know the players a little bit. Or if like a guy had like a career arc like that, where like he was really good early on and then he kind of tailed off, and you can kind of more easily simulate that. I have the option to edit anything into a player card like that. Nonetheless, we got through 5, and it's 3-2. Rain's still coming down. Who's David Wooten? He's a workhorse for the Nationals. 63 games already, 76 in the third inning. We're nearing the All-Star break. Not the All-Star break, the trade deadline, excuse me. We started this franchise at the All-Star break.
Ready now,
so I didn't jump into it until July 16th. So we're just a little bit after that since I'm playing for both teams, taking some time. And I'll have a trade deadline special episode where I just talk about trades and what you guys, what I think I'm going to do.
A little tardy there. No
I'll
balls and a strike.
Input on that as well. Paul Keyes, where Paul Keyes goes, or if he goes, what all happens there.
Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1.
So thanks for being here. You should be here for that as well. I do a trade deadline special.
Called strike 2 on the cutter, and he's behind in the count now, 1-2.
Don't like that pitch.
Now the pitch. Boy,
don't like that pitch either.
That's the first out of the inning.
Then again, if anyone has any questions, let me know.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear what you have to ask and answer any questions you got. Here's Gavin Cook again. He has played the game so far. Big time home run.
Gavin Cook is at the plate as he takes
the
a
only
cold
game in the
strike 1.
series so far. I'm playing the second game of the series, every series, for both teams. It's almost an alternating schedule, but sometimes I'll play as one team back-to-back. We'll see just kind of how the schedule works. But it's a 2-team franchise. Atlanta Kings and the Cleveland Spiders.
1-2. Action now in the Washington bullpen as a right-hander.
Now they got Perkinson up. He's the one in the front again. He's out of retirement. Again, I like the Nationals bullpen, especially in Season 2, Season 3. Kind of have more variation. A lot of good guys who are close to making an impact in the majors, who are more likely to do so Season 2 than Season 1 in a franchise.
Started to chase that time, but then he wisely holds off for ball 3.
I would have been nowhere near it.
Well, that pitch wasn't even close, and he almost chased it. Found the
yeah,
pitcher.
I almost did, yeah.
Expand the zone even more on the next one.
Swinging a ball pulled foul into the lower level and left.
Just give me a fastball. Or
3-2, one more time.
That's mostly what he's been throwing, right?
Pitch of the at-bat
yeah, it's mostly cutters. 6 cutters, 1 4-seam, 4 sliders. It's just 2 batters.
Down the third baseline. And there are 2 away now.
I don't think I could have taken that and walked, so I had to try. That was good.
Third baseman.
If you're watching, appreciate the support. Thanks for being here. This is Bacon's fictional roster. I am Bacon
right
here.
One of the things this guy would like to do from the left side is swing it a little bit better against right-handed pitching. This guy has.
Also, if you guys think I should stream later, I can do that. Not exactly later today, but I mean like have a later start. Did a 4 p.m. Central Time start today. If more people will watch later on, I can do that.
And this runs inside, and that looked like it got
not
him pretty
necessarily
good.
every night, but every once in a while I could do it later. I generally play the game more during the day, save the night for live sports. So if there was stuff on, I'd be watching that instead. But we're playing the show right now, and it's 7:20.
So far.
But yeah, any feedback would be great. Please let me know what you think. You know what you think I can do better. What you think I'm doing bad? Tell me what I'm doing bad. Trying to make this better. Trying to get people to be here and support me, and watch me play with the roster, because this is something I've been working on for a long time. An 0-2 count to Ray. Would love to knock here with the pitcher spot. Nope.
High in the air.
I didn't think it's well high cutter like that.
And that retires the side.
So this is probably Cabrera's last inning. That I don't want to really have the pitcher lead off, and it's only a 1-run game, so I need the offense.
Digging in, Ben Brown. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack
Ben
against
Brown,
the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered 1 hit to the top 3 guys.
Brown's player card. I forgot to do that the last couple times he was up. Again, just a utility infielder. Also plays the outfield. It's all 3 outfield spots. All 4 infield, all 3 outfield spots. Primarily a shortstop. He's better against right-handed pitchers. He's a left-handed hitter here. 72 contact and then 38 power. Not gonna really hit much power against lefty or against righties or lefties even. But decent guy. And then 34 years old. He'll be a free agent after the first year. I've actually seen some franchises where he doesn't even make it to the trade deadline as a national. You have to have players in the roster that get cut pretty early on. Just for the variation, of course.
Pulls this one into the
That's
air
it,
out
right
into
to
right field.
Aguilera.
Aguilera is there, 1 away.
Again, if you have questions, let me know in the comments, either here or on YouTube when I upload this to YouTube. Send me messages on Twitter or here on Twitch. You can whisper me on Twitch. DMs on Twitter and anything on Operation Sports. Tag me, make a post, do something, do whatever. I'll answer any questions that you have about the roster. Let's talk baseball. Let's do anything. Let's just talk. Here's Howard Tompkins. And tell me who your favorite player is in the roster. I'd like to do that. 2-0 to Tompkins.
If you've been paying attention,
that cutter away. I want to stay away.
Want to come inside. If I'm at the plate, I'm leaning.
Another thing I'd really like to edit is with pitchers' deliveries. I'd like to be able to use any stretch. So there's a lot of guys. So Cabrera's one of them. He's thrown out of the wind here, and then he's got his own stretch. So why can't I use that stretch? Just use that stretch for a pitcher, because you have the animation in the game. You can be able to let me.
That's a pitch he'd like to have.
Rogue Brock Middlebrook is your favorite? I knew that actually after watching your streams. Yeah, you love Brock Middlebrook. A few other players like him on the roster, but he is one of a kind. big time arm strength, big time power against both right and left hand.
Down
pitchers.
0-2 to a guy with this much weaponry.
And he plays the corner, so you're not too worried about defense.
Not looking good.
And he's actually got catcher as a secondary, right? Do I still have him as catcher as a secondary? He's just first base now, too. Middlebrook is actually one of the players I traded on this team this spring.
And he'll try to get him to chase the fastball there, but he lays
He's primarily a right fielder, and he starts there, and I traded him.
That's a good take there on that.
He does have catcher. Yeah. I wouldn't play him at catcher anyways. It's just nice that he has that as a backup.
Popped him up.
Yeah, left field, first base.
Parker is there.
Yeah, catcher, or right field, yeah. He's primarily right field, and the backup to the first base.
So they go quietly here in this half inning.
So we're clean through 6. It's 3-2. I got Cabrera leading off, but I will be pinch hitting. Glad you're still here watching too, Ro. Appreciate you.
Now to start inning number 7.
I want to see when you stream again too. I got notifications on, so I'll be there.
Stepping in, Miguel Cabrera. It's been an 0 for 2.
Let's do a right-handed pitch for next inning. I'm up by 1 run. I want to do Clark Young, 181 ERA. He's been the high leverage guy. And then probably going to do Mesoraco here. Who's the hot bat? He was the guy who won the game for me in the first game. So we'll roll with Julio Mesoraco, second base outfield, big time bench guy. The Braves and now the Kings. I should say as well, for anyone else who's streaming with the roster, tag me or send me a DM. I'll follow you. I'll watch. I'd like to see gameplay of the roster. I'd like to know what everyone thinks and which players you think are the best for your team.
There's a couple of keys to being a good reliever. One, if you have great stuff and you strike everybody out, or like this guy, not afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. He has good
stream
stuff,
with my roster.
He's not afraid to let his
This is Bacon's fictional roster. If you're just joining, just popping in on Twitch. Thank you for being here. Bacon's fictional roster. This is Bacon's fictional franchise. I'm the Atlanta Kings. We're up 3-2 here in the 7th inning.
Bobby gets.
Sorry, I keep repeating myself. Just want to make sure that everyone knows this is Bacon's fictional roster.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
If you want details about the roster, go to OS or follow me on Twitter. I think you can actually just Google it too, and I'm the first result. You can search Bacon's fictional roster. You see my thread on OS.
A little over anxious
that's where I have a lot of information. If you want to get overwhelmed with information,
you have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
Nowhere near K's out of right now. It's a good thing I got the 3 runs off of Redmond because I'm not hitting much against the bullpen.
Down 1-2 in the count. Your head starts to get on a swivel here. Is he coming back with it 4 times, or do I have to sit on something else?
And indeed, the throw will finish him off as they get the put out at first, and there are 2 away now. Now batting, Bradley Riddle.
Cool, we got 2 outs. Here's Bradley Riddle. I'm not going to pinch her. I want to roll
on its way.
I go with Fujita on the bench. He just doesn't hit well against lefties, so he's my primary shortstop. Big time bat against right-handers. He's on the Reds to start a franchise, and on the new roster.
I'm seeing him just a little too amped up out there right now. That's common with hard throwers like him. Running a blazing fastball up there is great, but if you can't harness it, what good does it do you?
Lifted down the line.
Really got that one. Way foul, though. Doesn't even matter.
Foul ball. This one's down to third. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the traditional 7th inning stretch.
I do want to change. Here's Clark Young, who pitched the 7th inning. It's 5, 6, and 7, so this is the big leverage spot. And then, of course, the closer, when I get that far, is going to have a tough time to go 1 2
This thing's far from
Clark Young is 7. Got to be worried about this inning before I even think about the closer.
Down by 1, all they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
I do like having relievers throw out the windup. I think that's great for variation. I know that it's kind of trending towards every reliever throws out of the stretch in real life, but But I like to have
Has over
relievers
40
throw
innings on his line so
wind up
far
still.
with an ERA
Of course, that
under
changes once
2.
runners get on.
Lucky to get anything off of him. Weak grounder back to the mound.
Nice.
And he's sent down 1 away.
Love it. You'll love to see it. One hopper to the pitcher.
So digging in now, Lamont McIntyre. First pitch of the at-bat. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's
too late on 97. For anyone else that's here, say hi. I'd like to know who's watching.
Fastball well outside.
Thanks for being here. Nonetheless, don't have to comment, unfortunately. But thanks for being here. Thank you for your support. Nice cutter on the edge there from Young.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep
Slider
the
off
ball
the
around the knees like that.
And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there.
Young has been fantastic. ERA was 181 entering this appearance. Big, high leverage arm.
That just darts at the last minute. They're so tough
Just
to
a
get
great
down, and when you've got that good slider going,
sequence of pitches there to get 2 outs now. Here is
into the
TJ
box,
Mercer.
TJ Mercer. He'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 for him to this
He's got that big beard, of course. You got to. I don't have many position players with the beard. It's more of a pitcher thing for some reason. I don't know why. I just tend to make more pitchers.
That's off the plate, 1-1. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1.
What we're seeing here is a guy getting pitched to very carefully. It doesn't matter that there's 2 outs and nobody on. He's a threat to score even when he's standing in the batter's box.
Slider can't find the zone here, and he's behind now.
I don't think they do call it a complete game just yet. So they kind of do like a dumb animation where like a couple guys come out and they just like, you know, not the manager, Mad Fest version just says, looks like there's going to be a rain delay, and then you get the screen that says there was a 45-minute rain delay or whatever the length is, and then it just bounces you back into the game with different energies for your starting pitcher and your bullpen if you had anybody up.
Lucky he got a piece right there.
And then it just has you finish the game from there, and there's no like second delay. It'll have you keep going. But Heidi hinted to it earlier. I think that was in the second inning where she just said that we're going to try to play through it, and that's pretty much the game telling you that there won't be a rain delay. So I haven't seen one before where they called it in the middle of the game, and that would actually be really upsetting if they did. Even with the lead, I still would be mad. Because I'd rather play 9 innings and lose than play 7 innings and win. It's about the game. Okay, but no, I haven't seen that before. Good question. Again, coming from someone who doesn't have the game, good question.
Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here.
There's a double switch. We are, of course, playing the National League, so double switches are.
Adam Perkinson is in out of the bullpen now. As
Adam
he'll be
Perkinson
inserted into the
in the game.
number
I want
6
to see who they
spot
bring in
following the double
defensively.
switch. Felix Quintero will also
Maybe
come
Quintero
on.
in
He'll move
center,
into
it
the
looks
pitcher's
like.
number 9 hold in the order here on that double.
Is he going to play center, though? He's going to play left. Okay, so that's actually probably better. Bring in Quintero to play left. Take out McIntyre, who hasn't done anything with bat and doesn't really do much for defense. Decent speed for a big man, though. I think I gave him like 60 speed. He's like 6'4". Not something I did often. The 8th inning, we're up a run. Thanks for being here. Anyone who is here, appreciate your support.
Swung on and missed. 1-1.
I love the fact that this batter continues to be aggressive, but after striking out twice already, maybe he's got to take a step back.
Tears are thick. Yes, they are. I wish that I could grow a beard like that as well.
Stands
6'2"
and throws from the right side.
We'll see. I got some time left before it really matters. Yeah, I'd really like to emulate any one of these beards out there, right? That's the manliest thing you can do, right? Is grow a beard. Someone disagree with me. But here we go, 2-2.
And he struck out
That's
again.
a good pitch. That's one I'll always swing at to the slider right there on the corner.
It's been a rough night at the yard for him. That's 3 times he's gone down on strikes in this one. So they've really figured out how to attack this guy.
Yeah, right on the corner.
Standing in now, Mason Franklin, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. And that misses 1-1. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now.
All right, 1-1. Franklin's got 2 hits already. Those are both against Redmond. Ball down. In the 8th inning here, we had a 1-run ball game again. I say again because we were tight in the other games we played.
Their count now at 2-2.
I believe the first 2 games I played with them were both one-run results.
And it's fouled away. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. And a wave and a miss on a ball that
yeah, Gordon Landry has 99 home runs in his career. I think it said that before, yeah. So when he gets like his 100th home run, or you get later in the career like a 200 home run, it'll give you like a special commentary that says like, oh my gosh, that's his 100th home run or his 400th home run. Rogue, no, the sliders actually aren't on OS. I will post them to Fred. I had a request earlier, so I'll do that. And they'll go in the vault at the same time as, maybe I don't even put the vault on this day, just to say what they are. But I'll put them in a thread, probably the roster thread on OS, and you can find them there. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, someone asked earlier, so I'll definitely do that.
Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1-2. Fly ball to straightaway left.
That's for the new guy, Quintero.
Is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side.
To the middle of the 8th. Thanks for being here. For anyone who is still here, appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. Just dropping by or follow me already. Follow me at Bacon's Fictional on Twitter. I am Bacon96. Let's think about the other picture here. Do I want Zinter? Let's do Zinter and Hendricks. Just because I want to warm up both. I think we'll do the lefty against Landry. Does that make sense? Because I'll just power through McCann here. And then get through Quintero with Young as well. I think that makes sense. Because then the second hitter in their lineup is also a lefty. I might even do a double switch then. Quintero. I do like the addition of Jordan. I know that there aren't too many people who care about equipment, but it was nice to see that addition. I'd like to see some more of them still. They only have, I think this is just the regular, like the Jordan 1s. I'll show them the replay real quick. But it'd be nice if they added, more than just this, And those look good, but again, like, give me more customization. Give me more kinds. There's a decent number of guys with Jordans. Again, not a big deal. Equipment's not like a game breaker for me necessarily. It's just cool.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Inside here with the hard stuff, and it's 2-1 now.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
Easily get to that with Aguilera. And now here's going to be Zinter. I want to have him face Landry.
Back to the top of the
That
lineup,
right.
stepping in, Gordon Landry.
And then it's actually also about the next hitter. Because Brown doesn't hit against lefties, so there's a chance. And I'm at least going to force their hand, right? So we'll take a look at the double switch. I'll probably do. Did I do there or not? I don't think I'm going to do a double switch. If I get to the pitcher spot, then I'll just put in a different pitcher. Yeah, I'm not going to do a double switch.
Tom Zinter.
So here's Tom Zinter. He gets the close in the first game in Colorado. Got 7 holds in the season, 2.73 ERA. Nice pitch mix. He's one of my favorite relievers. Very high delivery. Or high release point, I should say. And Rogue, I know you like him too. He's on your franchise. You got the Braves here too.
Real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some
firewood
and a broken bat.
2-0 now.
2-0.
2 out, nobody on. Outside, 3.
He's too wild though, is the thing. Come on, I'm not missing by too much. I don't think. That one's just off the plate. Yeah, Wild Things Enter. That's right.
And he lays off.
Yeah, true to his name too, because that's a 4-pitch walk. I do not like that. I do not like 4-pitch walks. And they are going to roll with Ben Brown. I got the bullpen. I can't really do anything about that anymore. I'll probably actually warm up my closer real fast. Get him going so he's ready for next inning at least. Yeah, Zinter's got some power to him, but it's at, he loses a lot of his control because of all that power.
One left for Washington.
He lost
They're down 3-2. Cam Green enters from the pen to start the ninth inning.
Cam Green's by default their
keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the ninth.
In franchise, it'll move guys around if they're not doing well. So he's at a 2.75 ERA right now. So I think he's going to get moved back to the that's kind of realistic. I don't know. I don't really exactly like the closing pitcher position. It should just be bullpen, or even you could just have one like pitcher position and kind of have like stamina and even energy kind of decide what the roles are for each pitcher instead of having it be strict like relief pitcher. Or I'll have like a pitcher with a lot of stamina and then he's a reliever. Like
now the 2-0.
He's not really the greatest starter then, or like the CPU won't use him as a starter. So if it's just one position, then you can kind of have stamina decide if he's going to be a starter or a reliever.
Hit sharply on the ground.
Nothing there.
Reined in. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway.
Yeah. And now I have Souza.
Now to the plate, Chuck Souza. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Big bat in my lineup here. Let's do that. Get him into this game.
We'll move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started.
I believe Fujita was May and June's Rookie of the Month for the National League. Again, I'd like to see that in a player card. I think that'd be really cool to see in a player card.
In front, foul ball. Fujita, a 22-year-old.
Let me see what accolades he's won, when he's been an all-star, stuff like that. Seems basic, right?
And he's got to be more disciplined here. It's 0-2.
Not a good pitch to me. There's Duarte. That's another guy I really like for the Nationals. Who's Duarte? I believe he's a closing pitcher. He's not their closer, but he's a closing pitcher. Nice pick there by Brown.
That's the second out.
Last chance to get a run now. Let's go, JC.
Riding in once again, JC Rain.
Thanks again for anyone who's here. We're at the end of this second game here. Hopefully it doesn't go to extras again. I've got a 1-run lead. Follow me on Twitter, Bacon's Fictional. Thanks for being here. Follow me on Twitch, or if you're watching this one archived here on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And look out, as that one ran in and got him.
I got hit by it. All right.
Oh, that was a big mistake.
I don't know why I tried to swing at that. That was nowhere near the strike zone. So let's go with the pinch hitter now. Pitcher spot. Almost never going to have a relief pitcher hit. There aren't many relief pitchers in the roster that can't hit. It's going to be Ari Salazar. He's the Rule 5 draft pick for Atlanta. Play all 4
here as
infield
he'll
positions
pinch
now.
hit with 2
I
gone
believe
and
I
a runner
added
at
first base
first.
in this most recent update. Switch hitter, and then he's very different against a left-handed pitcher versus a right-handed pitcher.
And a sinker
A little more
dips 2
power
there.
against
Into the
left-handed
dirt, in
pitchers.
fact. He'll
Or
enter
against,
play here
yeah,
with
against
an
left-handed
average
pitchers.
just over
And he's got more
250,
contact
3
against
homers
right-handed
and an
pitchers.
even 20
Completely different hitter
RBIs.
depending on which side of the plate he hits on. There's a few other players on the roster like that. That's going to be knocked. He is so good at just getting singles. I just need a single. He's a good hitter like that. Even in the Sims, he's got good contact. And that was a regular swing. Nice, right over the pitcher, right over second base. We'll take it. Let's try to add on a run here at the top of the order now. Getz.
Digging in once again, Bobby Getz. His day at the plate hasn't
Bobby Getz 0 for 4, but he's at a
290
290 average. OPS is at 814. That's fantastic, young
Well,
man.
when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles.
Here it is. This is a run. This is easily going to be a run. Easily get a runner to third until he's not throwing it. What's up with that?
And the runner will score from second.
Easily get into third base. Easily get an insurance run. That is huge. You need the add-on runs if you're going to be a good team. You're going to go deep in the playoffs. It's a big knock for Getz. We're just worried about getting to the wild card. Big hit from Getz. I'll take a look at the standings after this game ends as well. Forgot that I should mention that a little bit more often than I do. But now here's Riddle. We got a 2-run lead now. Did he get this one? Is this one in the gap? Yes, sir. It's easily in the gap. Another huge knock. This should bring in 2 runs. It does. Getz easily scores from first base. Big inning. Big 2-run double from Bradley Riddle.
So far this year, but you never know by that swing.
Huge. That was a contact swing too. I don't know why I contact swung in the first pitch, but it's an easy double. It's way past Vickers. You're gonna take him out here to walk, eh? 512 ERA for this guy. Not great. Strike the walk ratio is also bad. 25 to 22 and only 38 innings. Those are not good numbers. I'm going to look at my bullpen now. Stevenson's my closer. He won't be coming in. I'll probably actually think about betting for try to get enough time to get him fully warm. And yeah, hey Stealth, welcome, buddy. Not sure if you've been watching, but big time knock right there in the 9th inning. A couple insurance runs. We're now up 6-2. It was 3-2 pretty much the whole way through here. They haven't scored since the first. We hadn't scored since what inning was that? We had a 3-run home run in the 4th. And in and out, Stealth. Great. Glad to have you in right now. Been doing really good.
0-1, here's the pitch.
Not good if I swing at pitches like that. Hope you're doing well as well, buddy. Haven't seen you around too much. Stream the show, you know I'm there. You know I'm watching and you got my roster on. But big time inning, big time hits right here. A couple back-to-back with runners in scoring position, and it gives us a 6-2 lead now. Yeah, if you have any tips for the stream, Stealth, hit me up about that. I know you've been in and out. You've been watching, but appreciate it. Working person, I've been kicking my butt. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's why I haven't been on here as much as I wanted to, or as much as I was really thinking I could. But it's been a weird last couple weeks.
So a good pitch there, and now they're going to need to string some hits together in this last at bat if they want to get.
So there you go. I'm happy with that. 3 runs here in the top of the 9th inning. It's now 6-2. I'm going to try to get Betancourt in, right? There is Vita. I'm going to sit down Hendricks. Betancourt is ready. There we go. Sit down Hendricks. Get Betancourt in. At least look at a double switch. With Salazar in? Yeah, let's do that. Move him to short. Here we go, trying to finish out this ball game. It is 6-2 in the bottom of the 9th. Thanks for joining me today. You didn't have to, so I'm glad that you're here. Anyone who's watching, anyone who's supporting, appreciate you all.
Striding in to start the night.
It'll be 3, 4, 5 for these
They'll need him to
matches.
get something going here. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
I believe he gave up a run in Colorado when I
Hey,
played
there's an old
Colorado
saying
the
in
first
baseball,
game.
you need to take a strike in
He
this
was really
one.
good in the
Well, he
same
got
depth
one
coming
there.
up.
Now he
He
just
raised
needs
him
to
a
find a
1.
way to get on.
So that's
Behind
fantastic.
0-2 now.
0-2. Slider, this is going to be a non-competitive pitch.
Swing
And
and a
still
miss,
goes
and
after
that'll
it.
get a groan from the
Great
home
start to the ninth
supporters
inning. We're
here.
2 outs away now.
It's so hard
The
to hit when you're
insurance
behind the
really
count
helped here. It's
0-2,
a
right?
4-run
You have to
lead.
protect for the fastball. You have to look for the soft stuff down and away. You're really at a disadvantage when you fall behind 0-2.
That nasty slider right there. That's right. Just a fantastic pitch off the corner. Sorensen, he had that double in the first.
He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Fly ball out toward left center field.
Cook, gotta hold my breath every time it gets hit to him. Still makes the play. That's huge right there because he dropped a couple early on. Great to see him make the catch there for the second out here in the ninth, and then 1 out away. 1 out away. It's Colin Vickers. He also had a double in that first inning.
He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the ninth.
Nice mop-up duty from my bullpen.
Back up the middle.
Right once I praise him.
That's through for a 2-out hit.
Nice execution right there.
Nonetheless, still looking good. It's a 4-run lead.
Kept his hands inside the baseball and ripped the base hit up the middle.
If you're a pitcher right there, you
Well,
can't
this
get
is
discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch,
Joel Snell. He's a minor leaguer to start off. Left-handed hitting outfielder. I'll just look at him real fast. He's there on defensive ready. He could easily be a major league center fielder, but not there with the bat quite yet. 67 overall. Doesn't turn into a great player, but I believe he's a C potential, so he should be at least a bench bat.
And this is taken outside for ball 1.
A guy that can impact you one. Joel Snell. He doesn't have a hit yet, so he hasn't had his first major league hit yet in this franchise. Try not to give it up to him. Let's end this one here.
You don't see that very often out of a rookie. That's a 2-0 count, and both of those pitches.
It's just a little dribbler. Come on, Ben. We'll get to that.
This guy has a pretty good eye.
And that ends your ball game. We are done here tonight. Thank you again for joining me. I'm going to look at the standings real quick once we get to the front end menus. But this ball game is over. Gavin Cook is my player of the game. I'm now 4-2 on the stream. If anyone else is keeping track, so that I am. Yeah, again, my player of the game is Gavin Cook.
So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa,
Final
Dan
here was
Bezak, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter.
Appreciate it. Thanks for being here, Rogue. Yeah, GG Washington. We'll take this one from you. They're the 5th place team, so we should be taking care of business like this. Very good win. Great to have beaten Kyle Redmond. That's the great part right here. We're going to take a look at the American League Central standings, the American League Wildcard standings, the National League East standings, and the National League Wildcard standings. We're going to keep Dominguez active. That's fine. And here we go to the standings, like I just said. There are our Spiders, 51 and 54. We're 9 games away from the Minnesota Twins. And then here's the wild card, 9 games away again from the wild card. That's the Angels and the Red Sox. Yankees, White Sox, and A's are also all ahead of us. I'm going to sim before we play the next game as well on this stream. Here's the National League East. The National League East here, we are the Kings, 50 and 54. Just 6 games away from the Mets. Marlins are only a half a game back, so it could be either of them for the division still. And then here's the wild card. We're 7 games away. So further than the division, we're 7 games away from the wild card. It's the Rockies and Giants holding it right now. Marlins game and a half back, and then the Padres 5.5 back. And then we are there at 7. Magic numbers have not popped up yet. Cardinals, worst team in the National League. And then the Blue Jays, sorry, Stealth, worst team in the American League. 20 games back of the wild card, too. All right, well, this is where we will save, though. I'm going to set up the next game. It's going to be against the Reds, so we'll simulate to that real fast. I leave my minors on auto. Yeah, it's not my fault the Blue Jays are bad right now, Stealth. Valero with an injury. Brady Bones, that's a big injury. Lambert, what's up with this? How did I get all these big injuries here? Lambert's a really close, a reliever that's almost in the majors. The Maniac, you're fine. Rojas, Otto, and then we're ready. This is the second game of the Reds series. So we're good here, and I will say it's going to be Jalen Poole again. He pitched against the A's, and then let's look at the other side. I believe no, it's going to be the next game. So this is next one for us. I will probably come back tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll stream the franchise, but I'll at least throw that roster in the vault on stream and talk about it a little bit tomorrow. So thanks for joining me. I'm saving now. Thanks for being here.